licensee service technicians and installers. Are you skilled with your hands? Do you have a high school diploma or equivalent? Have you attended tech school? Are you a self-starter who pays attention to detail but also enjoys being part of a winning team? If yes, apply today. Go online to airtronsa.com for employment opportunities. That's airtronsa.com. This opportunity is knocking.
1911 Cigars is the premier cigar lounge in South Texas, providing quality, affordable cigars in a professional, inviting environment with a large covered patio with TVs. A BYOB establishment, 1911 Cigars strives to allow the avid cigar connoisseur a comfortable place to relax, socialize, network, and of course enjoy a great cigar. 1911 Cigars is available for private events and has private cabanas with TVs, fire pits, and heaters. 1911 Cigars at 207 South Main Street in Cibolo. Online at 1911cigars.com.
Pro football season's here, and pro roofers save valuable time with Beacon Pro Plus. Beacon Pro Plus works 24/7 for material ordering, order history, and automated promotion tracking, so you can get your favorite GAF roofing products even when working remotely. And now, order on Beacon Pro Plus and get a $175 gift card and a chance for a VIP pro football getaway. Gear up and raise your game with Beacon Pro Plus today. Build, score, and win at BECN.com.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
The IRS is ramping up collection, and if you owe back taxes or have years of unfiled tax returns, listen carefully. Before it's too late, check your eligibility for the Fresh Start program still offered by the IRS to reduce or even eliminate your tax problems. Call our special hotline number now and find out in minutes if you qualify for these life-changing debt reduction programs. Business or personal, if you're in a payment plan with no end in sight, have unfiled tax returns, under audit, have a wage or bank levy, or finally just want to know your options, call the experts at Republic Tax Relief and stop collections immediately. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau with a 5-star rating from Yelp, this veteran-owned company has the fight you need to take on the IRS. Don't go at it alone. Call their hotline number now, 800-491-8606. That's 800-491-8606. Find out if you qualify today. Call 800-491-8606 or go to republictaxrelief.com.
Do you have what it takes to rock the mic?
Hey, this is RJ Ochoa.
Hi, this is Carolina Teague.
Hey, San Antonio, it's Thomas Mott.
Slacker Sports Bar presents Rock the Mic. Now is the time to submit your 1 minute or less sports take video clip at sasportstar.com. From there, we narrow down to the top 12 finalists with 4 rounds of live in-person auditions. Who will be the 2021 Rock the Mic champ? It could be you. Rock the Mic presented by Slacker Sports Bar and in part by Beam Suntory.
Rock the Mic is back at Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar. Do you have what it takes to jump on the air with us at San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM? How well do you know your sports? Do you think you can hang with our team? Now is your chance. Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar wants to see what you got. Tune in for more details to San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM, because Rock the Mic is coming to a Slackers near you. If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Your source to local news and sports in San Antonio begins with the San Antonio Express News. We've collected, written, and shown the stories that matter most to San Antonio. Look no further than the San Antonio Express News to continue to provide information and strength to the community. Whether it's on the field or on a court, we provide the ground local coverage. Go to expressnews.com for the most up-to-date high school and college sports coverage. Subscribe today at expressnews.com.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, then get ready to pay up. The IRS has giant private collection agencies actively tracking down folks who owe the IRS. So if you think dodging them was stressful in the past, it's going to get a whole lot tougher. Optima Tax Relief has this advice. Don't wait. Solve your tax problems now before it's too late. Optima Tax Relief works to stop the demand letters, stop the aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS collectors from targeting you. Ask Optima about the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands, and nobody knows this program better than they do. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they get results, having resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get a fresh start. Call today for your free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Injuries happen, so if you twist, pull, pop, or snap something, you need Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Dr. Espinosa treats all non-surgical orthopedic injuries and has same-day and next-day availability. Telemedicine services are also available. There is no reason to be in pain. If you are hurting, visit Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Learn more at TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com, or schedule your appointment by calling 210-804-5490.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Rob Thompson, Rudy J, R&R in the morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
R&R in the morning. He's Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson. Carl Schoenig, the captain of this boat. We're going all the way to 10 o'clock.
The bottom of the StreamYard. I don't know why it's been doing that. It's weird.
Oh, yeah. We don't.
You see?
We can't see our handles. Go there. You can see what we're talking about. Watch us live wherever you might be. You can hit all of our platforms and our frequencies, as Carl Schoenig is apt to say. Watch us live at sasportstar.com. If you're a Twitter type, yes, you can find us there. If you're a Facebook type, yes, you can find us there. If you want to watch us there on our feed, that's where I would like you to go. Go to sasportstar.com. We're getting graded on it, but that's where you can watch it. And also catch up on all things R&R, halftime, and the Blitz. That's where our audio vault lies. Had an opportunity to speak with the head football coach of your Dallas Cowboys just a minute ago. Mike McCarthy joined us for his weekly.
And Rob wants to hug them, and Rob wants to give visiting road teams some pointers on AT&T Stadium. What the hell, Rob?
What? It's not like they don't know. I mean, it's obvious what the problem is with Texas.
He said you work for the Patriots.
Just because I'm wearing red. But you know what that told me? If you want to hear it, yeah, we're going to replay it here in about an hour. But it'll also be up on our socials all day long. I think that, when you're a successful football team, that you start to question why. Just like if you're a losing football team, why are you losing? I think the most successful teams question, why are we winning?
Right.
And I think the theme has been self-scout. Understand who you are and be that.
Right.
And if you do that, it makes it easier to scout the other team, scout what they're doing, because you know exactly what you're capable of and how you can manipulate and change them. And I do think that over the last week, as we've looked at the early success of the Cowboys, the questions of why have started to happen. And certainly Kellen Moore's ascendance as a great and rising assistant and play caller, and the health has played a huge role. And McCarthy's, I think, firm but loose leadership, if that makes any sense. I think that he is certainly in control of this boat, but I do think he allows a little bit of peripheral fun, a little bit of self decisions, and you control your role in some instances. So I do think
it's definitely, it's not a
he's holding on loosely.
Yeah, it's not a playful environment. It's a business environment, but at the same time, he allows guys to be them. He allows them to have that swag. He wants them to have that swag. And the thing he brought up, he said, the thing that he's liked about this team going all the way back to the spring is the vibe. And again, if you go back to any of our shows when we were out at Oxnard, Rob and I talked about it. I'm sure Jason talked about it. Like, it was it was a feeling at practice. Like I said, it was a vibe. Like he said, I mean, he described it best. It was definitely a vibe. And again, that was and I told Coach this, it was my first one, so I didn't have anything to compare it to. But you felt like, I was like, okay, it seemed like they were a team. It seemed like they enjoyed being around each other. They were flying to the ball. The music's blasting. It was a vibe. And it's rolled over into the regular season. It's why they're one of the best teams, one of the best in the league.
I think you're right the first time. A little tired this morning. Did you stay up watching baseball?
Football.
I went back and forth, but it seemed to me after the first half of the Patriots game, by the time I completely gave up, Pats had a nice lead. Looked like Philly played a pretty good second half. I didn't watch any of it.
Philly made it. Philly covered.
We knew how to make it respectable. Yeah, we knew how to ruin gamblers' dreams at the last 5 minutes of the game.
I'll tell you, I was close. I was close to jumping on that Bucs bandwagon. I felt like 7 was skinny. I thought they could have probably covered. I almost would have taken it at 8 or 9, but I'm glad I didn't.
If I would have jumped on that, I probably would have bought a point or two anyway.
Yeah,
I probably would have bought 2 points. Yeah, I probably would have made it 5. I always feel more comfortable buying a couple points.
Yeah, that fourth quarter was only cared about people in the desert.
But let me tell you, though, did you watch the fourth quarter, Carl?
I got to see the end of it. I was a little annoyed by it. But, yeah, I was doing other things while watching it. So
what did Philly do? Well, I'm just curious what Philly did in the second half that they didn't do in the first that got them a couple 3 touchdowns.
I didn't get a chance to watch the first half. I was watching the UTSA women's soccer match last night as I was broadcasting
amongst many others. So
yeah, there was a solid 800 people out there. It was the largest crowd of the year. But, Philly's just one of these teams that they're either going to be bad and you have to accept that you expected them to be bad,
right?
But they're going to show you that they're not terrible,
right?
So last night was just a night where I was kind of keeping up with the game. I had it off to the side, but I couldn't watch too much of it.
Feels like they need to run a little bit more, so I think that's been the theme of the post game.
That's what I was getting at. Is their strength is their run game, but people know that, and then Hurts is up and down passing. Is what I'm getting at.
But this is the thing: you're playing a team that, by the numbers, black and white, they only give up 55 yards rushing a game, which is best in the league. Like Tampa's problem is not the run, right? You're only giving up 55 yards a game. Okay, so when you're playing that, like even. That was it was week 1, right? But that was one of Dallas's worst performances running the ball. That wasn't a fluke. We're 6 games in, and Tampa's run defense with big booty Vita Vey down there clogging stuff up. Like you just can't run on them. So I understand Sirianni, as I pronounce it.
Yep.
So I understand Sirianni. That's just one of those things you come in, you're like, I'm not going to beat my head against the wall. Like we're not going to be the team that says, yeah, we're gonna be one. We're gonna get 150 on Tampa. So I understand them letting Jalen throw the ball too much.
I do too. I mean, it makes some sense, but the fact of the matter is, they're putting a lot of pressure on his shoulders. And you know what? As long as these guys can stay healthy, I questioned whether Jalen Hurts would be a successful NFL quarterback, and for him to be so, he's going to have to run the ball. He's going to have to be a third threat in the backfield,
using his legs.
Yeah. I mean, that's just going to be how he's going to be successful. Lamar is getting further and further away from that as career goes. He's now more accurate in the pocket and much more comfortable back there and leading the league and passes yards gained per pass into a zone. So he understands how he's being defended now, and he's picking other teams apart. That's what MVPs do. But he's still going to have to make a living with his legs. Yeah. I mean, he'll never be able to get away.
He ran one in. He ran one into a touchdown last night.
And as long as these guys can prove that they can stay healthy and on the field, this is an adequate, if not very good, offense and a Super Bowl caliber kind of thing. And just the offensive mentality of having a mobile quarterback. And that's been the toughest paradigm for me to get away from, is that you got a guy that's going to be running. Eventually, you're going to have a game or two where he can't play.
Statues they're not extinct. Yeah. They're not extinct at all. Pocket passers. We still haven't had a guy that's a dual threat win it.
Not yet.
We still haven't had the dual threat win it all, right? So that it still exists, but you got to be able to, even if you're not Lamar, you just got to be able to escape, right?
Right.
Like a Justin Herbert. He's a pocket passer, but should the pocket break down, he can escape. So I don't think you have to be able to be. I don't think you have to be a full-blown dual threat. But the Eli's and the Paytons of the world, those are non-existent. You got to at least be able to get 4 yards and slide.
Those linebackers too quick.
Yeah, they're too fast.
Too quickly now.
Yeah, and Tampa, Rob, I see, you know what? Last night was the first time I was like, okay, I see what Rob sees, where it's like
almost, but not quite right.
But then again, there's something to be said for teams that don't play well but find a way to win. So I wouldn't be surprised. I'd have to look. I don't know how many first round picks Tampa has in their bakery, but considering how good their run defense is, and then now last night Richard Sherman got hurt. He's probably going to retire soon. I wouldn't be surprised if they go and pillage somebody's DB that a team is not going to pay.
Who's left?
I'm talking about a first round. Okay. I'm talking about making a trade.
Okay.
I'm talking about making a trade for maybe not a Jalen Ramsey or something like that, but I wouldn't doubt if I see them give up a first round pick for somebody's DB that somebody plans on not paying.
That's why I'm glad you brought that up, and that's why I asked Carl, what did Philly do in the second half? Because when I look at the Bucs, right, that defense is the chink in their armor. When they lose, it's not going to be because they're going to get beat 45-40 when they lose. When they finally do, if they go down, it'll be because at some point that back end defense let them down.
Stafford picked them apart.
Yeah,
you saw that with Stafford. So I wouldn't be surprised they give up a 1 or 2 for somebody's DB here that's not going to get paid by someone.
It is Friday. We're on the precipice of a great weekend of football. Lots of things going on in the sporting world. You need to know them. Carl's got it. Let's get the 411 and the 210.
Here's the 411 in the 210. Headline 2.
Tony La Russa will return to the Chicago White Sox to manage the 2022 season. That's the headline.
I think the fact is, I think he earned it. Yeah, I mean, he gets a team to the playoffs. They're not like the Cardinals, who have philosophical differences with a manager that took you like 19 straight wins to close the season out. But,
that must have meant the exit meetings with the players for the Cardinals didn't go well about Mike Schmidt. But La Russa earned that. I mean, the Cubs were sitting at home. He was in the playoffs.
I wonder how many on his squad went, oh, yay. Oh, good. He's coming back. The old bastard. Yeah. You know what I mean? That guy, he's a crotchety old man.
Yeah, he's definitely some old school tactics going on in that clubhouse, but he definitely earned it. No problems there.
What did he say about the Astros? They had a character shortage, or
yes,
that's what they said,
character deficit?
They had character shortage in that clubhouse.
Thank you, sir. May
Whatever
I have another?
You say, Tony.
Moving along. Congratulations, White Sox. You get it again.
Whoa. There we go. Come on.
Chicago Bears running back Damian Williams on the COVID-19 list, and his status for Sunday's game versus the Green Bay Packers is in doubt.
Great. Another Mambo King on the COVID
Dave
list.
Montgomery. Now he's on the COVID list. Aaron Rodgers, what did you tell me yesterday the last time he's won? They've won 18 of 20.
Yeah, 18.
Make that 19 of 22.
Yeah, talk about dominance.
Moving on.
No, you're right.
Justin Fields. I mean, Aaron Jones, Devontae Adams. Aaron Rodgers is still mad at us.
Speaking of the COVID thing, the Cardinals going to have to pay very close attention. Watch these guys. They've got three positive COVID tests in the building. A fourth, they go into the heavy lockdown protocol scenario. Oh. One away. Okay. So these guys, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't even get together to practice.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask Barry about that Green Bay. We got Barry from Bet US later on. I got to ask him about the Green Bay and Chicago line because it looks like low hanging fruit to me. If the line isn't too high, it may be high. Vegas might bait us and make it too high, but
what would be too high? 19?
No, like if it's over 7. Oh, anything over 7 is high. In my
Green Bay, Chicago, anything over 7?
Hell yeah, that's
high.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just talking about betting in general on football. Yeah, no. I mean,
the line's gonna be a little bit longer than that.
Green Bay's gonna win the game.
Yes,
Green Bay's gonna win the game.
And if I get Green Bay in 7,
yeah, you taking
that. Moving along.
Moving along.
Headline 0.
Sean Taylor to become the third player in Washington football team franchise history to have his jersey retired. Although not much notice was given to the fans, they're a little cynical because the jersey retirement comes amid new attention paid to the investigation into the Washington franchise after multiple emails emerged dating back to when Bruce Allen was the team president.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like 10 years late, right?
Yeah.
And then the timing of it. Again, I can't believe people get 6-7 figures to make these decisions. Hire me. Like, who makes this decision in the week when you're under the most scrutiny you've been under? Well, actually, you've been, with the name of your team, the cheerleaders a few years ago, you've always been under scrutiny. And then in the middle of this, in the middle of you getting emails about misogynistic things and racist things, now you retire Sean Taylor. It's just bad. It just looks bad. First of all, it's a great gesture.
Oh, yeah.
But it just looks bad because of the timing.
So I've read a book on organizational rhetoric, and they always have to deal with issues, like just come up with scenarios to figure out how they would respond to those scenarios.
Right.
So they're constantly thinking of what can go wrong. So in this particular case, they just have a bag of things. It's like, okay, something goes wrong. We do something to appease the fans. Right. Let's pick one out of a hat. Retire Sean Taylor's jersey. Let's do it.
That is the sign.
But you know what? That makes sense, though.
Oh, no, that is the sign of a team that's running out of ideas, that's running out of options. Because we all know the NFL and those emails, they're coming for them. They're going to run. They're going to try to hide it. They're going to try to avoid what is coming. But the Washington football team knows they're coming for us.
Yeah, whenever their next home game is, whether it's this Sunday, next Sunday, I think you got half off beer. Oh. You go half off beer. You go half off dogs. Like, it's a mess. The defense just forgot how to play defense. Chase Young can only rush upfield. He can't. If you can just push him outside a little bit, he can't turn the corner. He has no moves. Chase Young has zero moves. Watch Chase Young. I have a diehard Washington football fan that told me, dude, Chase Young has one move, and if he can't just beat you straight up the line, you're good. And when I started watching, I was like, damn, you know what? He doesn't have anything in his bag other than just bully you. So it's bad all the way around up there, man. Go Wizards.
Go Wizards. Moving along.
That's the 411 and a 210.
Carl Schoenig with the headlines that you need to know. Don't forget tonight.
What we got tonight?
High school football, baby.
Yeah.
Lee and Churchill going about 6:30. Kickoff a little after 7. Jason Minix and Kevin Brock will be on the call.
I mean, what, Minix isn't going to a concert and not working?
He's actually going to work this one.
He went to a concert Wednesday night and Thursday.
Did he go
night.
to Candlebox? I know he went to Candlebox.
Yeah, he went to Candlebox
of course
last
he went to
night.
Candlebox. He's got an ongoing love affair with the lead singer. They're kind of a perennial band. They've always been just right.
I mean, they were at Aztec. They must be doing something.
Oh,
right?
yeah, and they've been around for 20 years, 25 years. It's one of those. That's the kind of band that you know that Minix would like. Just picture what Minix would like, and that's it.
You were around him for years, so you know what he likes.
I mean, he's a metalhead. He likes Metallica, gotcha. So they're heavier. They're got a little Seattle sound to them, the grunge kind of stuff.
Okay.
Hey, coming back, last night's game was great. Baseball might have been better, and I need to right a wrong. I spoke in baseball in an ill-informed manner regarding superstars and October. Well, last night, Mookie had something to say about that. Let's talk about a fantastic baseball game and look forward to the Astros and Red Sox. It's going to be a good weekend of baseball to go with your football menu. Hey, hold on tight. We'll hit it all. You're on R&R in the morning, and this is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Hey, even a blind man can see the Washington is a train wreck. And if you can't see, go to holler at my guy Manrique. 354-2020, Manrique Custom Vision. Life-changing. Don't be like me. Don't be a procrastinator. I'm a professional procrastinator, and I waited way too many years too long to get my eyes corrected with Z LASIK. Call 354-2020. Tell them Rudy sent you. Get you a special discount. They'll bring you in, get you a consultation. Say, hey, you qualify for Z LASIK? Or say, no, you don't, but we have this. Their number one priority is to get you out of glasses and contacts, which is a game changer, not having to wake up and worry about your contacts and find them in solution. And is it in right? Is there an eyelash in there? My contact people, y'all feel my pain. I don't have those issues anymore because I did the Manrique way. Don't compromise your only set of eyes. Call 354-2020. Beautiful facilities over at La Cantera. Great staff, great environment. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. Manrique Vision. Custom Vision, custom. 60,000 surgeries, over 60,000 surgeries. And he trains others to do Z LASIK. So why not go to the man himself? That's 354-2020. Don't compromise your only set of eyes.
Sports Center is brought to you by Kielbasa Slow Crafted Sausage, available at your local grocery stores.
The stakes get a bit higher tonight for the Houston Astros as they start the American League Championship Series in Houston against the Red Sox. First pitch is at 7:07 with a pitching matchup of Framber Valdez and Chris Sale. Texas Longhorn head coach Steve Sarkisian told the media yesterday that he believes wide receiver Jordan Whittington will miss the remainder of the regular season with a broken clavicle, but did not rule out a bowl game comeback. And UTSA Roadrunners quarterback Frank Harris won this week's Manning Award following his performance completing 28 of 38 passes for a career-best 349 yards and a school-record 6 passing touchdowns. The Roadrunners host the Rice Owls tomorrow night at 5 for their homecoming game. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Carl Schoening.
According to NHTSA, a new car crash is reported every 56 seconds in Texas. Thomas J. Henry handles serious auto accident cases and gets serious results for injured clients. To learn more or start your claim today, visit tjhlaw.com/radio. San Antonio, Texas.
Central Builders Incorporated is a family-owned, award-winning general contractor headquartered in San Antonio. Since 1989, CBI has completed over $1 billion in construction projects, including large-scale remodeling, expansions, and ground-up construction. The award-winning CBI has also been recognized by the San Antonio Business Journal as one of the best places to work for the past 4 years, and Central Builders is hiring. Learn more at centralbuilders.net. That's centralbuilders.net.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, then get ready to pay up. The IRS has giant private collection agencies actively tracking down folks who owe the IRS. So if you think dodging them was stressful in the past, it's going to get a whole lot tougher. Optima Tax Relief has this advice. Don't wait. Solve your tax problems now before it's too late. Optima Tax Relief works to stop the demand letters, stop the aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS collectors from targeting you. Ask Optima about the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands, and nobody knows this program better than they do. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they get results, having resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get a fresh start. Call today for your free consultation.
Call 800-709-7022. 800-709-7022. 800-709-7022.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hi, everyone. Michael Kielbasa with Kielbasa Smoked Meats here. When you bring a package of our smoked sausage home, keep it simple. It's handcrafted in small batches and fully cooked, so you can just heat it up and enjoy. My favorite way to eat it is on a bun with mustard or wrapped in a tortilla. Try some from a store near you today, and if it's not the best you've ever tasted, I'll give you your money back. Guaranteed. Find Kielbasa at a store near you today.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game in a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
500,000 businesses connect using Zoom, a single platform for video, phone, chat, and conference rooms. Zoom enables real-time collaboration no matter where your teams are. Global enterprises trust the easy-to-use, reliable, and secure Zoom platform to power high-performance teams. Empower your workforce with Zoom. Save 15% on meetings, chat, and phone with a Zoom United bundle. Visit zoom.com/bundle. Zoom, how the world connects.
Since being the first to make wiper blades over a century ago, Trico has protected drivers in any weather. We're always looking ahead, studying your specific driving conditions so you'll be ready for anything. Like, if it actually rains cats and dogs, you can handle every soggy Siamese and drenched Doberman. Your Trico wipers maintain maximum windshield contact for safe, clear driving visibility, whatever the weather. Trico, the future of wipers since 1917. Visit TricoCatsAndDogs.com.
Get Macy's lowest prices of the season on furniture, mattresses, and rug specials. Kick back on a Lily fabric sofa for $579. Sit down to the new Aberdeen 5-piece dining set, now $1,049. And stretch out on the Canyon Queen bed, just $339. Plus, get 50 to 60% off select Simmons and Sealy mattresses. Going on now at Macy's. Savings on sale and clearance prices, exclusions apply.
The fight songs, the tailgating, the conference rivalries. College football happens here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
R&R in the morning. He's Rudy. I'm Rob. Carl driving this boat. Got stuff to give away today. The Last Duel, a movie that premieres today. Period piece. Got a pair of tickets for that.
Cometh.
Come hither.
Come hither. Sister. Are you perturbed?
You've been watching the Downton Abbey? Did you ever have to watch that?
No.
Did you ever have that inflicted on you?
No,
Big Downton Abbey fans around the Thompson house.
Okay.
Big fans of the British wealth aristocracy in the early 1900s.
Anything with
ripping tale.
Yeah, I turn on the captions. Anytime I'm watching British, because sometimes you'll miss some stuff. So I just have the captions on.
It's the easiest way to find a nap.
No, really.
You guys want to stay awake, listen for the big score. It happens every hour between 7 and 7 on your weekdays. All we ask, it's so easy to win. Just sit there and listen. We'll tell you the keyword. It'll make sense when you hear it. Take that keyword, go to sasportstar.com. You enter it, you could win $1,000. It's just that easy. You get 13 chances a day.
That's a lot.
Listen all day, every day. Yeah. I mean, I've never understood why people don't do this. It is
13 chances.
Literally. And, it's one of those things. 90% of the battle is just showing up. Just enter the word.
Can't win if you don't play.
So last night I spent most of the evening watching baseball. It was I heard it defined this morning as the greatest game between these long time, rivals, and that, their history. They had the shared New York history going west and all the things. And the Bobby Thompson home run years ago still kind of rings true. But last night was an extraordinary baseball game. It was it was a highly competitive game. I wouldn't put it down in the annals of one of the greatest games I've ever seen.
No.
But no mistakes. When hits were gotten by either team, it was by an inch on the outstretched glove. We had one booming homer. For the Dodgers to win it on the road in that environment, respect, man.
Did you see Curry was there? Kittle, Trey Lance. Yeah, they all showed up.
And can I give some love to Tyler Rogers? You get a load of the San Francisco. I forget about Tyler and his throwing style. He's got that old school 1930s Kent Tekulve underhanded delivery where
it's weird.
If he doesn't, it looks like he's about to drag his knuckles in the dirt the way he comes under like that.
It's like you don't mess with that, right? Like you don't mess with someone's shot.
I'd be diving for. You don't know where that ball's going, and it's coming up.
I don't get it. I don't know. And then I guess over the years, they're like, hey, it works. We're not going to mess with it. Kind of like a LaMelo shot or like a Sean Marion or Bill Cartwright. Like, that's ugly, but I'm going to leave you alone.
There's all those pitchers that become, unique. The ones that the knuckleballers, the underhand throwers, they're always kind of peculiar characters anyway.
They're different cats.
I have a feeling that Rogers is probably a unique dude. And, as coming into the game, the big news was the Dodgers starting pitcher. We all thought it was going to be Urias. We thought he was going to be him. He was the one that was pegged. He didn't end up with the start, though. He had a couple of solid innings, game up a homer. Scherzer did pitch.
Remember we talked about that yesterday? You were like, dude, he's going to pitch.
He came in, put the icing on the cake, and closed it down. But great football, great baseball game, electric environment. It's just too bad that San Francisco's going home already. I mean, they're so good.
It sucks to win that many games.
They should be playing. Yeah, this should have been a 7-game series between two teams that are this good. I mean, I feel like we were robbed of what could have been great. Now, the table's set now. So moving on.
But you talked about him. His mama named him MLB for a reason. Marcus Lynn Betts. She said, I named him that. I gave him his initials there because I knew he was going to be in. Mookie, I mean, the past couple of years, Mookie, I'm not a baseball head, so baseball heads came after me. But I posed the question about a year and a half ago, like, We sure Mookie's not, better than Trout. You don't. This is the problem with you people that don't watch the sport. You just watch highlights. Mookie Betts is not better than Mike Trout. Maybe he isn't, but damn it, he's damn good.
Oh man, respect.
Mookie is what up, Drew? I still can't believe you expect, like, let's say he played for Tampa. Let's say he played for the Royals, the Pittsburgh Pirates. I still have no idea why the Red Sox let him go. Like, teams with money, you don't expect to lose guys like a Mookie Betts. I get it when the small market teams like, hey, you know what? We love what you did for us. Go get your money. What was Boston thinking?
Well, they're still playing.
Yeah,
so
you know what?
Did benefit from the move.
You know what? Shut up, Rudy.
You're
right.
But I don't see how you get that's just baseball, though, man. Just something about giving up your best players is just a pretty consistent thing. People don't look sideways at it anymore. But last night, what Mookie was, while he didn't get an RBI, he kept the Dodgers alive. Mm-hmm. He just every time
he's just a baseball player, man.
And the way he's so quick twitch and turns on balls, it was. For those who listen on the regular, we were talking about baseball yesterday, and why aren't the stars that we talk about all season long? Why do they never seem to play a role in the playoffs? And I made the ridiculous and kind of myopic statement that baseball is played for the name on the back of the jersey all the way through September, and the front of the jersey is what wins titles, and that's why we don't see the Trouts, the Ohtanis, you name your favorites normally.
But I think
Mookie last night proved the point that superstars still do carry teams, and Mookie, while he's been hurt all last year, respect needs to be returned to the name. He is that great, and
you're being too hard on yourself, partner, because again, yesterday's conversation was based around the people that we talked about all 2021. Right. So it's not like you just forgot about Mookie. It's like this year was about Tatis. It was about Ohtani. It was about Vlad Guerrero Jr.
Right.
Like it was about those guys. That's why we brought it up. It wasn't like you were just like, oh, Mookie stinks. Forget him. No, it wasn't. That wasn't the case.
It's shameful for that. I didn't remember, but he just really hasn't been in the news this year. Been hurt a lot.
Yeah.
But when he played, my goodness, just a tide turner. Again, last night, just well played.
Just a good baseball
Just well played. No tactical errors, nothing that really kind of jumped out. It was just timely hitting, and the Dodgers just had too much.
Bellinger clutch hit, the COVID kid. I call him the COVID kid because he got diagnosed with COVID and then came back out on the run. He's always around, though. He scored the run. He scored a run there. And this is what I wanted. My what to cheer for yesterday was, hey, I'm cheering for the Dodgers, because I'm keeping hope alive that we get Stroh's Dodgers. So shout out to the Dodgers.
Tomorrow, 2:30, we will have your Astros Red Sox game. Tonight will be preempted with football. We got more important things down here in South Texas.
This is Friday. Fridays belongs to high school football.
For football, and we will make sure we have it. But we will have your game on Saturday. And, of course, Dallas Cowboys are going to be playing. Before we head off to break, let's give away some tickets.
All right. What we doing?
The movie is The Last Duel.
Okay.
It opens today, nationwide. It's the kind of movie you want to see in a theater. It's the kind of one that you want to sit down and have it broadly scoped in front of you with all the grandeur that a period piece with Matt Damon and a blonde-headed Ben Affleck can offer.
Is he blonde in this?
Yeah, he's blonde. He's got blonde curly hair. And he does speaketh like you thinketh.
He's back with Jenny. He's back with Jenny from the block.
It'll take your legs, Ben. It'll take your legs, Ben.
But what did they say, though, Rob? They say if you love something, let it go. And if it comes back, it was meant to be.
Or as my good friend Greg Moore likes to say, even though it looks that good, doesn't mean it's good for you.
Yeah. Everything that's good ain't good for you.
Good for you.
Amen.
And then there's the one that my dad told me many years ago. No matter how good looking she is, somebody somewhere is sick of her crap.
Oh my gosh. Yes, absolutely. 100. Your pops is a smart man. I don't care how beautiful, fine. There's some dude that's like, oh my God,
she's yours now.
Hands.
Take it.
Yeah.
656-3776, 656 ESPN are those Kielbasa Bacon phone lines. Give us a call. Caller number 3. We'll make it quick. The quick dialers in. Free movies. The Last Duel. Fandango codes coming your way. You can use them how you like.
Put that butter on the popcorn.
Oh, man, I can taste that popcorn from here.
Get that icy. Movie nachos suck. I only do nachos at high school football games.
I only do popcorn and some kind of box of candy. That's all.
You do the candy?
I like to put chocolate in my popcorn. I like to put the M&Ms in my popcorn. It's a delightful little treat.
I need you to sneak the chocolate in, Rob. I can't have you paying $6 for chocolate.
Oh, but I always have leftovers, man. That's a lot of M&Ms, man. They give you
you put them in the popcorn.
Yeah, every now and then you throw it in a little chocolate to go with that buttery popcorn.
My wife does hot sauce.
Oh, we do that at home.
Yeah, at home, like we buy the Smart Pop. Smart Pop is good, and the calories are lower.
What kind of hot sauce? Because the Fiorentino is the one I like.
She does whatever's in there, but most of the time, what is it? Louisiana.
She goes straight hot.
Yeah, she does.
I like
Louisiana.
a little bit of the.
I'm like, if you put hot sauce on my popcorn, we're fighting.
It's good.
Is it?
Respect. Yeah. That popcorn is popped quite often around our house.
Yeah,
that's a go-to snack for us.
Then my kids do the tahini, the sour stuff.
We use some tahini on there as well.
My kids are so San Antonio.
Oh, yeah.
Like everything is chamoy and tahini, and I'm like, man, y'all are weirdos. I don't do any of that stuff.
They don't do the plums, the dried plums, the candy.
I don't think so. No, they do. They do the Chinese candies with like sauce on them.
Don't do that. That'll take the stuff right off your teeth. My dentist.
Will it? Chinese candy's bad for you?
She told us early on, don't do that. And tagine too, but you can monitor.
First of all, it's 2021. Is that we got to make sure we're not being offensive? Is that really Chinese candy? Now, if I ask a real Chinese person,
that I don't know.
I don't know if we. I think we might need to cancel culture. That if I need to ask a Chinese person, is that really Chinese? We might need to cancel culture that.
To me, that doesn't.
It's not derogatory, but
maybe it is. But if it's not that, what is it? Give me something else to call it.
It's a rock with stuff on it.
Isn't it basically a salted prune? Isn't that what it is? A dried plum that's been rolled, and I think that's what it is. We certainly don't want to call it that.
No.
Care for a salted dried prune?
No.
You want to get thirsty and want to poop all at the same time? Have a dried salted plum.
Yeah.
Have a prune. Let's get out of here, man. I don't even know what to say after that.
I don't either. I've never had prune juice ever, not once.
Hey,
what did I miss?
You missed absolutely nothing.
You didn't miss anything. We were talking about
absolute. But when you reach an age, suddenly prunes come into your conversation a little bit more often than they used to.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Moving your bowels keeps you alive.
Movement.
Oh, yes.
It keeps you alive. Got to get that stuff up out of there.
So you're going to have a couple minutes to have your movement. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back. This is R&R in the morning. You're on San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN
Get us out of here, Rob.
94.5 FM. Let's talk about this weekend and how you're going to make some money and with whom. That would be, well, I hope it's with where I'm going. BetUS. BetUS.com. They are they're my book. They have been for a long time. They've been around 25 years. My goodness, that's all you need to know. Not some fly-by-night startup off the coast or anything like this. BetUS has been around for 25 years, and that should tell you the most important thing you need to know. You don't last this long without paying on time. You win, they pay. That's all you need to know. You also need a sports book that gives you everything you want to play with. Live in-game betting, of course. That's a lot of fun. You like the lines, like the money lines, like to buy a point or two? Yes, you can do that. MMA, golf, horses, esports, all there. You want to sign up, do it today. Do it right now. You'll be betting tonight. 1-800-79-BET-US. 1-800-79-BET-US. The operators will handle all the transfers, all the deposits. And when you tell them you're calling from KZDC, that's us. We sent you. You're going to get a bonus. A little bit of P-loan, a little bit of extra. How about up to 200% on your first deposit? That's free money, my friends. I'm telling you, it's free money. I don't care who you're with now. You owe it to yourself to start an account with BetUS.com. I bet with BetUS.com. You can, and you can start today. Give them a call at 1-800-79-BET-US. Tell them KZDC sent you. That's BetUS.com. It's where the game begins.
Score $1,000 now. Enter the winning keyword, football. FOOTBALL. Football at SASportsStar.com. Good luck from San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Cancer claims our loved ones every day. When the Bayer family lost company founder Perry Bayer to cancer, they established Bayer Cares. And this October, during Cancer Awareness Month, Bayer Boys will donate a portion of all service fees to the American Cancer Society. Please join us in our fundraising goal by visiting BayerCaresFoundation.com. There's a can in cancer, because together we can beat it.
Here in Texas, the heat is relentless, the storms are serious, and the hail is insane. Texas weather doesn't do anything halfway, and neither should your roofer. Your roof protects your home and your family. So whether you need a simple repair or a roof replacement, metal or composition, you need a roofer you can trust. That's Stevens Roofing. They are reputable, reliable, and have always been your local roofer. Call Stevens Roofing today for a free estimate at 210-785-0994 or go to stevensroofing.net.
Rock the Mic is back at Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar. If you have what it takes to jump on the air with us at San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM, how well do you know your sports? Do you think you can hang with our team? Now's your chance. Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar wants to see what you got. Tune in for more details to San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM, because Rock the Mic is coming to a Slackers near you.
New FanDuel fantasy players, your day is about to get 20% better. Start playing fantasy this football season, and FanDuel will give you a 20% bonus on your first deposit, up to $500. That's a big-time bonus, and all you need to do to claim it is make your first deposit. If you've never tried FanDuel, now is the perfect time to jump in. You'll love playing fantasy football on FanDuel. Not only is it easy to start, but you can set new lineups every game day, keeping the action fresh all season long. There are many types of game formats to choose from, and you can even play private contests with your friends. There's an awesome slate of games on hand this week and every week. So what are you waiting for? Get in on all the excitement and experience season-long wins without the season-long waits. Sign up today at FanDuel.com/play to claim your bonus and start playing today. That's FanDuel.com/play. Age and location restrictions apply. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires after 30 days.
There's no other game like college football. And no one covers it better. It's game day every day for us. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
This is Keyshawn Johnson. San Antonio Sports Stars get you moving every morning. ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
It's R&R in the morning. We give away those tickets?
We did. Congratulations to Damien.
Damien, congratulations, man. Maybe we'll sit in the same theater.
Oh, you're going?
Well, I'm going to go at some point. I'm really excited about this. But the list is rapidly growing, and I just don't have enough time. If I'm going to hit a movie this weekend, it won't be tomorrow. I'm going to go to the UTSA game, and Cowboys play Sunday at 3, and I'm not going to go late, and I'm certainly not going to go early. I get the feeling that Sunday will be the inaugural chili day on the Thompson.
You know what? I swear when I saw the change, I was wondering, I was like, okay, is Rob about to start it up?
Well, I've been gone every weekend, it seems like, for the last, so I haven't done a whole lot of grilling. And this weekend, man, it's worth it. Stop by at Tri-County Meat Market. I do think we're going to do chili, especially. It looks like it might be, at least where I'm living, in the 40s when I wake up on Sunday morning. So that's some chilly weather right there. Now, this is an age-old debate. It's just like arguing whether Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame.
Let's talk about it. I like
chili with beans.
Absolutely not. Well, see, you can't ask me. Let's ask somebody. Carl, do you eat beans?
I will not eat beans and chili.
But do you like beans?
Yeah, he'll eat beans.
Okay,
lentils.
See, I don't like beans.
Right,
vegans have to have it. I mean, vegans eat a lot of beans because of the protein.
I don't like beans at all, so you can't ask me that.
Yeah.
How do you make yours?
I like beans in my chili. I do. I'm not a snob about it. I'm not saying it's the only way to do it, but the way that I appreciate chili, I use beans.
Is it the flavor?
It's the consistency I like. It does add a bit of flavor, especially when I use a couple of different types. I like the black and I like the pinto, so I'll put both in.
You put two different
kinds of beans.
Oh, Lord.
I mean, but that's just kind of how I was raised. Now, I do understand the definition of chili, and I do believe the definition of chili does not have beans. I'm not going to fight that. I just prefer it with beans. And I'll make the same recipe that I normally do without beans, and I just don't think it's as good.
Do you do the raw onions and cheese?
Absolutely. At least on the Thompson Casa, when we do our chili, it almost is Frito pie. I also love Fritos. I put Fritos in. I use the chili. I use the cheese. I use onions on top and everything. It's a whole production. It's just not a bowl of meat and gravy.
I think we got a Twitter poll, Carl. As we come into the cooler weather, beans and chili or not? I think that's a good Twitter poll. Let's run it.
Let's
run it till 10.
It's a low-hanging fruit. Obviously, it's like the argument about tacos between San Antonio and Austin. Now, obviously, San Antonio is better.
Right.
But you can find a fine taco in Austin. I'm not going to defame everybody up there, but nothing on a sum total. Yeah, we're better. I think by any measure, we're better. But
I don't, again, the only people that can beat us in tacos are the cities below us.
Truth.
Corpus, Del Rio, Brownsville, like anything above San Antonio, stop it.
How do you know
we'll kick your ass.
When you're traveling, when you're down in the valley, how do you know where to eat? We call them, we're looking for an RMR, a random Mexican restaurant. What tells you that this taqueria number 3 is better than Jalisco number 5 right around the corner?
The parking lot.
The parking lot. What are you looking for in the parking lot?
Crowded.
I'm looking for pickups and chickens. If I see pickups and chickens, you got me, man. I'm pulling it.
I'm looking for the most crowded parking lot.
You got chickens running around your parking lot? I know the eggs are fresh.
That was I remember it was a Padre, like we went to Brownsville. That was the first time I had really not the first time I had a really good, but like the first time I had a breakfast taco that blew my mind.
Oh, yeah?
It was Brownsville. I was like, damn, this is a breakfast taco.
Do you remember what it was?
I don't remember but see what it was, and we have them now. It was like I said, it was a taco palenque.
Okay,
this was years before. But again, in different cities, like Popeyes in Louisiana, I don't know why.
It's different. Grease is different.
It tastes better in Louisiana.
Like In-N-Out in California. It's just better there.
The palenque I had in Brownsville was fire.
Yeah.
Fire. I don't know why. Again, no disrespect to the ones here in San Antonio, just the one in Brownsville was special.
I need to pray to the Saint Dr. Jacob Torres and say I'm sorry for the impure thoughts I'm having right now.
You got to see
impure
him soon,
taco
don't you?
thoughts. I'm going next Friday.
You got to see him
I'm
soon.
having Father Torres. I'm having some impure thought.
Yeah.
I hope there's not any impure deed to go along with the thought. The tacos sound ridiculously.
Have
good
you
right
ever, when you're on, fully IFFH, ground turkey with your chili? Or you stick to ground beef?
No, I make white chili. I'll do a turkey chili.
Yeah.
And there are times when it's good. I'm a kind of a chili aficionado. I have a lot of different recipes. Sometimes I like hamburger meat. Sometimes I'll cut up a roast. Sometimes we'll go with the
wow. Now that I'll try.
Yeah. So we do
roast?
chili. Yeah, cut up a roast. So you get some big old chunks of meat, and with that, I use fewer beans.
Okay. Well, I got to vote beans in. Forget.
See, I understand, and
most people want beans though, Rob.
I was the chili cook-off champion of the river for several years.
Is that right?
Yes, for several years. I mean, it sounds bigger than it was, but I mean, there was for all of us riverboat captains, there are a lot of us. I'm an award-winning chili chef. I use beans.
Yeah, for those that don't know, so my wife, my brother-in-law, and I had a food truck. We had a pulled pork food truck back in 2016, and we actually won a fan favorite.
Yeah,
pulled pork. We did a pulled pork chili. And we won fan. We didn't win, but the judges didn't vote us. We got second in the judges, but for the fans,
that's what matters.
Our pulled pork chili was fire.
So what y'all are saying is we need a chili off here. Both of y'all bring your chili, and I'll decide beans or no beans. Okay, sounds great.
I think that's a worthy effort.
Now I'm gonna say right now, mine will be made by my brother-in-law.
That's fine. In fact, we might encourage that.
Hey Lou, if you listening, dog, I'm gonna need you, bro. I don't know if you're at work or what, but I'm gonna need you, Lou.
I don't mind losing as long as it's better.
You know, my wife would love to try your chili. She is huge. She loves bean in chili.
And I'm like I said, for me, it's a production. I don't like just the chili. I like it over Fritos. I like it with cheese.
I do cheese
Frito
and onions.
style.
I do I gotta have raw.
What about cornbread? You like cornbread with yours?
Oh my gosh.
Is it necessary?
You got to have some cornbread. Dip it a little bit.
Oh, extraordinary. That's why the Fritos work out for me.
But see, I do my cornbread like I do my tea and my Kool-Aid. Sugar,
you like
butter. It got to be sweet.
And a cast iron.
I grew up with my mom, my grandma. They made it sweet.
Yeah, I like sweet cornbread too.
Yeah,
no,
let that butter melt on top of it. Lord,
and out of a cast iron skillet, right? It has to have the crust.
Yeah.
Got to. What about? Have you ever had it over rice? There's some parts
chili
of the country
rice.
They put it over rice. You go up to Cincinnati, they put a little bit of chocolate and put it over noodles. You ever had that? Skyline chili? Yeah.
It's called Skyline chili.
Mm-hmm.
So it's chocolate and what?
Well, it's that bitter chocolate that they put in there. So it's got a little bit of mole, kind of an earthy feel to it, but they like it over noodles. Interesting take. It's not terrible.
I forget you're geographically dominant to me. You've been everywhere. I've never been.
I travel according to my hunger. I plan my vacations according to me and Andrew Zimmern. I follow
You would
him.
be a great world traveler food taster. Like,
Dude,
that would be right.
That is literally my highest and best aspiration. If I could travel the world, because I'll eat just about anything once. I'll try just about anything.
Crickets, chocolate covered crickets.
I've had the crickets. I've had the mealworms and crickets in Mexico City out on the square.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
So I will try, just if I feel like it's not going to kill me, make me sick.
Yeah.
And it has. I have gotten. Have you ever had hung pheasant?
I don't eat anything that starts with hung.
Well, I didn't. Yes.
No, but what is hung pheasant?
Hung pheasant is a pheasant that has been shot and then hung on a wire by its neck as it ages. So it ages in the air, and you eat it after basically it falls off the hang. So
that's when it's ready,
and that is ripe. It is
like gamey.
Because it's not only it's been aged.
Wow,
and it's dark meat that's been it's like nothing I've ever had, and it was awful. That's the craziest thing I ever tried, and it was rotten food.
Have you seen the show where they do the roadkill? Where they eat the roadkill, because it's fresh.
I don't care. It's disgusting, man.
It's like if a raccoon was just ran over, right? Some people eat raccoon. If it's just ran over, you scoop it up, you skin it, clean it, cook. It's fresh. Freshness is the most important thing in food, man.
Right? But see, when you get roadkill, sometimes you got to be very careful when you clean an animal, because you don't want to like open up the bile ducts. You don't want to accidentally slice into the colon or the digestive system, because then you get all that gunk onto your meat. So roadkill, my impression is that everything inside is just exploded. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
I didn't.
You just get the feeling like
they had a show.
God.
They had a show on television. These guys traveled and they ate I didn't just make this up.
Well, no, I believe it's entirely
a TV show.
A thing.
Yeah, it's a TV show.
It's not. It would be with people I'd want to be associated with.
That's a sign that we have too many TV shows.
Gourmet roadkill.
Gourmet roadkill, man. It's fresh.
Do the chefs have at least 5 teeth?
Two or three.
So that's I guess the meat's already tenderized. It's been
what did y'all think we ate back in the days?
Well, it wasn't roadkill.
No, it was killed with an arrow.
Yeah, arrow. What do you mean? You're taking squirrels out of a tree.
I didn't think about it. Like when you get ran over, the insides explode.
Yeah, and when you I just know when you're cleaning rabbits and things like that, there are certain things you want to avoid. You just don't want it to get near.
Dude, the Facebook is blowing up. This is a great topic. People love food.
Well,
shocking.
See, chili comes. It's chili. Like tacos, man. It comes very near and dear to your heart. This is something you eat your mama's recipe. You eat the recipe, and it's something that you pass down. So it's either beans or no beans. There is a definite line.
You're the chili man for the tailgates, right? When you go up to,
I have been. People normally ask me to take chili.
You take chili to the Aggie games, right?
Or
is it just when y'all are home watching them?
Home watching.
Okay, gotcha.
No, but I have taken chili to tailgates. But I prefer to make it there. But
because then it's like you've been sitting in the car.
Well, there's something about you want to age your chili a little bit. You want to get everybody needs to get in that pot and get to know each other for a couple hours. They need to hang out and party a little bit.
See, Carl, I told you, like we came over here. Rob and Jason are for real about their cooking and their chef abilities. We got to step our games up. We've been saying that for 3 months, yet we haven't. Now, you did an eggplant rigatoni.
Respect.
My girlfriend did, yes.
But that counts as y'all are one now. This is Texas.
Yeah, that's right.
Y'all are one.
It's
that's
called common law married. You're not really, but you kind of are.
It's called allowing her to do her thing in the kitchen while I watch TV.
Nah, I'm not going there with you, dog.
That's in the manual. See, he hasn't gotten the manual yet.
No, it's soothing for Bianco. She likes to cook in the kitchen alone, so I'll let her just kind of do her thing, because otherwise it's, too crowded in there.
We both fully understand.
Now, my wife be like, it's your turn.
But you'll get
your turn.
It'll be in the manual. We don't need to explain it now. You get it when you get about to walk down the aisle.
I cook 3 days in a row. You can't do it one day.
Soothing.
I cook every other day mostly.
Oh, good job, brother. Good job. Chili. I want some Rob chili.
We need to do some. Hey, we'll talk about that. Coach Mike McCarthy, a guy we all love to hug, coming around the corner. We'll talk baseball. We got fantastic football around the corner, and it won't be any fun unless you hang with us. You're on R&R in the morning here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 94.5 FM. We're talking chili. You want to get the best chili meat you have ever put in your mouth? I guarantee you Tri-County Meat Market has it, along with everything you need to up your grilling game. See, a great meal, it starts with great meat. Whether you're stewing it in a chili pot, putting it over some fire, or putting it in the oven, you want to start with the very best. And that's what Tri-County has. You want certified prime Angus beef cuts? Of course you do. Wagyu, upper choice, Akaushi, local source from Dean and Peeler down in beautiful Floresville, Texas. They've got it there. Looking for house-made sausage? Of course. You want pre-spiced and prepared fajita meat, both beef and chicken? They got it. Stuffed chicken breast with a variety of things. I recommend. Go get one of those avocado bombs. My goodness, nothing goes on a grill like that. And then, of course, their weekly specials, and that's always augmented by the 5 for $25. I can't praise this thing enough. It's not like anything you've seen in any other big boxes with the 3 initial grocery, wherever you might be shopping. You need to go to the 5 for $25. It'll fill your cupboard. 5 items, including great meats, that'll fill your cupboard for $25. 2 great locations. Heaving Road's kind of my home field, but Ralph Fair, boy, what a pretty drive out there, just a little bit north of 1604. Both of them open and waiting on you. If you're a first responder, doesn't matter where you walk in, you're getting 10% off as you walk in the door off their already great low prices. Go check out their website. That's tricountymeat.com. Jason May's going to be sitting out in their parking lot here in about a week. Go out and join them. They're going to be grilling. All the spice guys are going to be there. Man, if you haven't ever been to Tri-County, what a great introduction. Head out there and meet the rock star whose name is Jason Minix. Tri-County Meat Market. Head over there today. Get the meat for the weekend, and I'm sure on Monday you're going to thank me later.
Fall baseball and crisp air and that special sound. A crack of the bat in Major League Baseball, the playoff run, and the Fall Classic. The World Series can be heard right here. What's going to make that memorable moment that stands the test of time?
Swing and a high fly ball. Right field. On its way. Out of here.
Follow it all right here. Major League Baseball's playoffs and World Series from San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Recently, I read a very good article about a famous football coach and his rules for everyday living. It reminded me how important it is to boil down what you believe about living successfully each day to 3 or 4 rules. These rules are not only to guard your life and keep you out of trouble, but to enhance your life and make you a blessing to others around you. Here are mine. Number 1, look for God in each day. It's important for me each day to conscientiously remind myself that I'm never alone and that God is still in control of the universe. And because that's true, there's hope. Number 2, live by the golden rule. Treating others as you want to be treated just makes perfect sense. Number 3, always do the right thing. None of us are perfect, but we can still do the right thing even when we make a mistake. And the right thing is to always be honest, fair, just, generous, and kind. And number 4, never let an opportunity to do good pass you by. This is Mark Absher, the MacArthur Park Church of Christ, hoping you have a great week. You can visit our church online at macarthurchurch.org. The MacArthur Park Church of Christ, connecting God and people.
If you've got a small business, you know there's nothing more valuable than your time. So why waste it at the post office? Stamps.com makes it easy to mail and ship right from your computer. No special equipment required. Whether you're an office sending invoices, a side hustle Etsy shop, or a full-blown warehouse shipping out orders, Stamps.com will make your life easier. You'll even get exclusive discounts on postage and shipping from USPS and UPS. And their new Rate Advisor tool lets you compare shipping rates across carriers so you always find the best option. Save time and money with Stamps.com. There's no risk, and when you go to Stamps.com and use offer code FOCUS, you'll receive a 4-week free trial plus free postage and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com. Click on the microphone at the top and enter code FOCUS. That's Stamps.com, promo code FOCUS. Stamps.com. Never go to the post office again.
An accident with a company car, truck, SUV, van, or fleet vehicle is not just another car accident. Thomas J. Henry handles serious company vehicle accident cases and gets serious results for injured clients. Visit tjhlaw.com/radio. San Antonio, Texas.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Making Moves is brought to you by LinkedIn Jobs.
The 2005 Texas Longhorns began the season ranked number 2 and stayed there all season. Their defense allowed only 16 points per game, while their Vince Young-led offense averaged 50. The Longhorns went on to face USC in the BCS National Championship game against top-ranked USC, winning 41-38 in what many consider one of the greatest college football games ever played.
Build your winning team today. Go to linkedin.com/sports.
You know that feeling when your team adds that one player that has every skill they've been looking for? Well, it's time your business knew how it felt too. LinkedIn Jobs taps into a network of over 770 million professionals to find the right people for your role. Then their filtering and prioritization tools help you narrow down to just the most qualified candidates for you. It's why small businesses rate LinkedIn #1 in increasing the quality of hire versus leading competitors. Post a job for free at linkedin.com/sports. That's linkedin.com/sports.
Did you know the arrow in Amazon's logo represents A to Z? Maybe the My Computer Career logo should represent unemployed to employed. Ryan was out of work when he started classes in March. In September, he started his IT career, working for Amazon, making more money than he ever thought possible. Here's a prime opportunity. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. You could start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
In college football, Goodyear knows a new season means new possibilities, where every Saturday is an opportunity on the road to greatness. No matter if you're out there playing your hardest or cheering the loudest from the sidelines, tailgating in the parking lot, or your favorite spot to watch the game, Goodyear knows passion is what drives us forward all the way to the playoffs. That's the road that moves us. Goodyear, more driven.
One team, one mission. KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J, R&R in the morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Ladies out there that listen, if you hug me, you have to hug my wife.
Speaking of people I want to hug.
I'm sorry, Coach. Sorry, Coach.
Sorry about that. Welcome on the show. He is Mike McCarthy, head football coach of your Dallas Cowboys, brought to you every week by AA Best Bail Bonds. Coach, welcome aboard. How's your morning going?
It's going well.
Well, you know.
Jay, how you doing today?
I'm good, Coach. What's going on?
Well, I'm just sitting there getting ready to rock and roll. I mean, this is the best way to start your day with some Big Red tacos and hanging out with you two guys.
There we go. Breakfast with R&R in the morning. I understand from Jonathan he was going to switch things up this morning. He was going to bring some burritos, kind of stretch his culinary flair. How's it look?
I haven't seen them yet. I heard they've arrived.
Well, he was excited to bring them to you, Coach.
Just told me they're here. So
well, we're glad you got them. Let's dive into the Fast and Furious Friday. That is the Friday before a big game. When you play the Patriots, you're getting on the road, getting away from home a little bit. And you're going against the legend that is Belichick. Certainly, the coaching comparisons and the competition are going to be underlying there. When you go against a team like New England and a coach like Belichick, how much do you focus on them, and then how much do you balance that with focusing on yourself? The old Sun Tzu thing about knowing yourself as well as your enemy.
Yeah, it's excuse me, it's something that you really focus on each and every week, and your weeks kind of go through the same process where earlier in the week you're focusing on the personnel, and then Wednesday and Thursday you're really focusing on the scheme, the situations that you're going to encounter, and then when you get to Friday, you kind of circle around, and then you really dive into exactly what you're going to do. So that's a normal timeline for how we operate, how we game plan. So that is no different this week.
When you look at the tape and you see your own particular tells, your foibles, your giveaways, do you begin to use that in the grand chess game against a coach that you know will pick the scab, that will find the same weakness that you're looking at for yourself? Do you plan ahead for that?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's part of the game of football. That's our job as coaches, and I feel like our players, compared to last year, are doing a tremendous job taking advantage of the video resources that we've made available, and particularly on the South Scott, and I think it's all part of the normal growing stages of an NFL player. I mean, you focus so much time on technique and scheme and things you need to do, but the most important video is of yourself, and it's something that I've preached since I arrived here, and I feel like our players are doing a great job focusing on that.
Coach, what can you tell us about Tyron Smith? Is he going to be okay? Is there anything that you can't give us?
No, I think I think we're going to be fine there. We'll see how he feels when he comes in today. But it was not of high concern, but it was something definitely we had to, we have to make sure we stay on top of.
Coach, what is in those little first down pylon thingy majiggies, and what's in it that can make
that hurt Zeke?
Yeah,
like
that hurt Zeke. What's going on? And do you like the the idea of the first down camera? Like, what's your take on it, and what's inside of that thing?
I mean, I like the fact that they're utilizing technology to better enhance ball placement spots and all that. But I mean, it's definitely something that needs to be talked about, because having the opportunity to stand over Zeke, we're lucky we didn't lose Zeke here. I mean, it's
right.
That could have been a freak injury that we'd all be kicking ourselves over. So, but yeah, it's not as light as it looks. I'll just tell you that.
Crazy looking scenario, man. And what do you do? Is there a complaint form that you have to fill out for the NFL that you have to fill up in triplicate and make sure they get it to the right booth to look at something like that? Because obviously, if it can happen once, it'll happen again.
Well, I mean, there's a process that goes on, everything that goes on the field on game days. There's football operations.
That's Coach saying, I don't know. That's Coach saying somebody else filed the complaint. I don't know how to get it done.
I'm going to let someone else take care of that, but it's something definitely we're looking at, I can promise you.
Coach Mike McCarthy joining us here on San Antonio Sports Star. He does so every week. He's brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. Coach, the cavalcade of young quarterbacks continues this week. You've gotten a chance to see a variety of different styles, but all good. Talk about the quality of quarterback in the NFL right now. It just seems like the youth is being served, and every week you're getting a different skill set, but all above what I think we are accustomed to seeing for young quarterbacks. And talk about Mac Jones in that.
Yeah, I mean, it's I think it's something that goes on, particularly in waves, more years than others. I think Mac is clearly probably the most accomplished coming out of college. I had a chance to watch him Alabama versus Notre Dame in the Rose Bowl, and he has excellent command of the offense, and I think that today's quarterback, particularly in the space game, and throwing the ball and all the other things that you see more of in college, are coming in prepared, and he looks like he's handling the multiple defensive challenges that have been thrown at him so far. So I admire the young guys that are coming in and have to play in their first year, because I mean, if you ever play with a rookie quarterback, it's difficult. It's a challenge not only for the quarterback and the offense, but it's also a challenge for the whole football team. And this team here in New England, they're built the right way: defense, special teams, and the quarterback's doing a really good job, with their style of offense.
Coach, do you guys, as head coaches, assistant coaches, do you roll your eyes when the media or fans call it a trap game? Do coaches even say that term, trap game, or is it just every game you go out and prepare? Is that just a media thing?
I've seen it. I've been in rooms where it's been talked about. I don't really believe in that. I think if you think that way, that you're really opening yourself up for those that type of situation. I mean, this league is so difficult to win each and every week, regardless of who you're playing, and the health and the matchups that go into each game, and the amount of preparation that goes into each game. You have to look at every one of these games, especially on the road. I mean, road games this is a difficult place to play, let alone win games. So, I mean, those are the things that I always focus on.
Is there anything peculiar about the stadium itself that when you go to New England, that this is what we need to expect? We know the fans are going to be nuts, but that's a lot of places. Is there anything like on the field, wind conditions, that that when you walk into that stadium, expect this, be ready for this?
Oh, definitely. I mean, you have a game plan on it. That's part of your final preparation, and I'll go through that Sunday night with the team. Exactly what the weather, the wind. We talk about the surface, and you talk about all those things, all those types of things each and every week.
What's peculiar about your home field? Is it the sun in the third?
Home field?
Is it? Yeah. What do you know about your home field that other teams need to be aware of? Is it the sun in the third quarter, that kind of stuff?
What are you working for the Patriots?
No, I'm curious because one of the things,
Coach, want to put that out there. No, there's no sun issues at AT&T.
Not at all. No, that's why we leave the curtains open.
Even ask that question.
Get him, Coach.
Because, Coach, I'll tell you the theme over the last week or so, Coach. The theme about your leadership with the Cowboys has been the remarkable resurgence of self-scouting, of knowing who you are and understanding how you fit into the scheme of how you're going to beat teams. And I think that was woefully missing in the past. And with the addressing of what we're doing now, it really feels like we know ourselves better than you could possibly know us. And because we know that, we can figure things out about you. And one of that is about your home field stuff and your approach to that. So forgive me for trying to draw some things out, but I do think that there's been a focus on things that, quite frankly, have not been that important in the past.
Well, I appreciate the intent of energy, but we don't want to talk about these things on the radio.
Yeah,
we can get together and have some Big Red and talk.
That's all we're doing right now, Coach.
Coach Amari Cooper. Hey, Coach, Amari Cooper said he said the SB word, last week. When we start having a season like this, you start thinking about Super Bowl. As with you, I know before the season started, you said, look, we're not trying to win, a game or two here, trying to win a playoff game. The goal is Super Bowl. So is it taboo? Like some people, you just go, game by game. Is that encouraged in your locker room to, hey, you know what, let's talk about it. Let's speak it into existence when we're talking about, winning a championship.
Well, what we encourage is real confidence in the reality of what it takes to reach that ultimate goal. I mean, I always felt, and shared this with the team. You answer those questions honestly. We've made it clear what our goals are at the beginning of training camp, but it's a long road. It's a long ways away, and you don't want to take your focus off of that because you literally want to pour everything you do in each and every week. So I don't think it's necessary to talk about it right now because we've already talked about it. We all understand and we clearly accept the challenge of it, and I love the commitment of our players. I mean, our vibe. We've been talking about how good our vibe's been since the spring, and we need to continue to build that and grow. And because we understand what we're all in this for, but at the end of the day, we have to beat New England because that's all that matters.
Well, first of all, when you say the word vibe, that is what I got in Oxnard. Again, that was my first training camp, so I didn't have anything to compare it to, but I felt it. So I know what you meant by the spring. Coach, I don't know if you know, but now that y'all are playing so well, I don't know if you know how this Cowboy fan base is. I'm in the heart of Cowboy country. You can't tell a Cowboy fan that y'all aren't the best team in the NFL. I'm sitting across from one that feels like y'all are the best team in the NFL. You got these people out here going crazy, and it's only week 6.
How do you manage that?
I love that, and I'll tell you what, I can't say enough about what our fans have done at AT&T Stadium. I mean, my goodness, these last 3 weeks have been remarkable. Just the juice and the energy and the home field advantage that we have, and frankly, we're looking forward to a lot of Cowboy fans up in New England. So this is an incredible opportunity, and just love the way our fan base is bringing all this great energy.
Y'all gonna have fans in New England?
Are you kidding?
I don't know about that.
Are you kidding? Cowboy Nation travels. Come on, Rudy.
I don't know about that.
Travels. I mean, hell, I knew that when I worked on the other side.
We've been making those Pittsburgh types mad for years. That's Coach Mike McCarthy, head coach of your Dallas Cowboys. Before we let you go, I've been trying to find this someplace, and I heard you talking about it a couple weeks ago. There's you have 6 abiding principles. Is that an appropriate statement, and what are they?
Building blocks. Yeah, I think I've given you enough on the self-scout.
Well, I got a deadline, Coach.
You're taking all the good circuit speeches from my assistant coaches. I mean, we got to. These guys are going to all benefit from.
You know what, Coach? That is what we call a forward tease. Next Friday, Coach Mike McCarthy
there you go.
will reveal
we got that.
the abiding
Right.
principles
I
of
had no
being.
answer on my part, but I appreciate you covering for me.
Thank you,
Hey,
Coach.
hey, gentlemen, it's a bye week next week. We give Coach bye weeks off here.
That's right. He will have bye week off.
Okay.
So you'll have 2 weeks to prepare, Coach. Just a little self-study and preparation for the next meeting. Coach, it's always a pleasure sitting down with you. You're always so open and honest, and we appreciate that from
Thank
you.
you,
Head
Coach.
coach of Mike McCarthy of your Dallas Cowboys. Heading up to New England. Good luck this weekend, Coach. We bid you good health, good travels, and we'll talk to you in a couple weeks.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Have a good weekend.
Go get some tacos, Coach. Tacos are for champions. That's head coach Mike McCarthy of your Dallas Cowboys. Coach joining us off to grab a breakfast burrito. Jonathan, our guy from El Volcan up there in Frisco, Texas, delivered the burritos this morning. He was excited about that. Took some Big Red and some barbacoa too. We'll find out in a couple weeks.
You'll ask them what they'll be coming back and they'll be getting ready for the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
Getting ready for Dalvin Cook. I think that'll be probably the best running back they've faced up until this point because they didn't face McCaffrey.
I'm trying to think of who we've seen.
And nobody like Dalvin Cook.
Nobody of that quality.
No.
Although, man, Chuba Hubbard had a pretty decent game.
Hubbard had a decent game.
Coming up, we're going to, continue talking the NFL for sure. It is going to be a huge weekend in college football. We'll get you ready for that. We got our picks coming. If you're a player like we are, Barry Barsher is going to join us at 9 o'clock for BetUS.com on our rundown that says Ric Flair. You're going to have to see it to believe it.
Bad.
Please. No, that's great. It's worth going. So make sure you're watching us live at any of the venues you can find us, Facebook or Twitter, or go to sasportstar.com and you'll find us right there. Let's get some headlines going. I want to know woefully behind on what's going on in the outside world. We were entirely focused on whether you should have beans in your chili or not, or the head coach of Mike McCarthy.
Great debate.
We'll come back looking at that. But first, get all your headlines, the info you need to know, stacked deep and sold cheap. It's time for the 411 and the 210.
Here's the 411 in the 210. Headline 2.
The Houston Rockets sign Armani Brooks to a 4-year contract, according to sources. Brooks is 23 years old. He's been one of Houston's top perimeter shooters this preseason, averaging 10 points and making 56.3% of his three-point attempts, 9 of 16 in 3 games this month. He figures to have played his way into contention for a regular rotation spot with the Rockets. He's 6'3", and last season averaged 11.2 points and shot 38% from 3 in 20 games with Houston.
Round Rock McNeil.
That is exactly right. I broadcasted some of his games when he was there.
What, high school?
Armani Brooks was a baller from the get-go. He kind of was part of that TJ Ford basketball resurgence that Austin has had over the last couple of years. Armani Brooks going to Houston, hometown boy, playing for the Rockets. That's a great story. Great story.
My biggest interest in the Rockets is because nobody's taking on that $40 million from John Wall. It's absurd. It's probably the dumbest contract in NBA history. So does their coach, does you start him? Is he giving DMPs? Are you just going to say, hey, bring the youth along? Like, what are they going to do with John Wall due to the fact that they can't trade him?
They're going to start him. He's going to play 38 minutes a game.
I'm pretty sure they said that he wouldn't be playing in games, but he's still going to be involved in the team.
He's not even going to show and play.
Because I'm not taking the ball out of Jalen Green's hands.
I don't know, man. I think that there's a lot to be learned at the foot of it. This is a young team that's got some learning to do, and I think that Wall is an underappreciated point guard. If he's healthy, he's worth having.
I just think the contract's crazy, but I like his game.
Oh, yeah, he's
the contract's crazy.
But if he ain't going to sit there, man, I hate that. Oh, I'm here for you. I'll be a part of the process. I'm not going to cause a problem, but no, I ain't playing.
Right.
That bothers me. But, maybe stepping out of the way for the youth, and they will be served.
That was the rumor, is that it was a mutual decision where essentially the Rockets said, we want to put you in the best position for your future of your franchise, but it's not here because you just don't fit our timeline.
That's because it sounds good to say, like, hey, we're not going to play you. But, once you realize you can't trade them, like watching $40 million just sit over there, that would eat me up as an owner.
Put on some shoes, man, and
you
got to
go
play with us for just a little bit.
I don't know. We'll see.
They might be in tank mode. This might actually be an organizational tank move where
Very
it's like
likely.
John Wall's only going to give us maybe a better chance at 10 than 3.
Yeah.
But the world is better when John Wall's on the court.
I love him.
The world's better.
He's a speedster.
Mhm.
I've never seen anybody get up and down 94 feet the way he does.
And he plays with the love of the game. You can tell this dude's just out there having fun. World's better when he is. But yeah, good for Armani Brooks. That's one of those stories. This is like a Devin Brown kind of thing. You know, he's from Texas, went to college there at Houston, grew up there, gets drafted or gets on the team and actually makes good. It's a Jordan Clarkson story, one of those good stories with a good kid that worked hard and got what he deserved.
Headline 1.
Somebody must have been having fun in London. Jacksonville Jaguars linebacker Miles Jack won't play against the Miami Dolphins because of a back injury, and he will not accompany the team to London for Sunday's game against Miami because of the injury, as they will play at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium 9:30 Eastern, so 8:30 our time. I don't know what time that is in London for a matchup against the Dolphins.
They're 2 hours ahead of us?
No, they're right now. I think
know.
they're 6 hours ahead.
6, okay.
So just an afternoon.
Miles Jack ain't hurt. He just don't want to go to London.
Or maybe
No,
he
he's been in London.
Oh, he's been in
He's
London.
been,
They were there last week.
Remember, they're doing the back.
Oh, that's right.
They're doing the homestand.
That's right.
But they're just changing stadiums.
Oh, too much fish and chips?
I think that's it.
Remember him coming out of UCLA? He was
a
the
hitter.
hottest. Yeah.
He was a hitter. I mean, it seemed like a good fit there.
Yeah.
But so much so soon, it didn't work out for very long. So I'd forgotten Jacksonville was there for another week.
I had no idea. I do not keep up Jacksonville news.
They're the London Jacksonville Jaguars.
For those of you that are players, remember that. Put that as a note. Get that money in. Get your starters set for fantasy type because that's an 8:30 kickoff around here. Moving on.
Oh, hit it. Hit it.
Hey, this one's a fun one, though, as Myles Garrett decorates the front of his yard with graves of quarterback tombstones. And if you guys want to look it up, it's TMZ Sports. He has just the helmet logo of the team that they play for, their number and their name just right in front of this nice mansion with also about a 12-foot tall skeleton.
I appreciate that.
So, is this the bodies of all the QBs he sacked?
Snatching bodies, yep.
Well, I know is Justin Fields on there? Because he had a field day. He had a field day against
4. Is there 4?
I don't remember. He had a field day against Justin Fields. So Justin better be on there.
There's 7 of them. So it's players such as Lamar Jackson, Ben Roethlisberger, Joe Burrow, Justin Fields, Mac Jones, Kyler Murray, and Justin Herbert.
So he has his division, and then he has some other guys. But Justin Fields, because you got to remember, he's only played Justin Fields once, and he made the graveyard. That lets you know how good he's played Roethlisberger multiple times, Lamar multiple times, Burrow multiple times. For Justin Fields to make Myles Garrett graveyard just shows you how bad that game was for Chicago. You making the graveyard your rookie year. You've only started 3 games and you're in someone's graveyard.
How do you feel about living forever on a poster? Do you like if you?
You mean the guy Vince Carter jumped over?
If you, what's his name? Vice, whatever that guy.
Vice.
Yeah. Or if you had the pleasure of being yammed on by Michael, you had the honor of taking one right in the chops from you name the greatest dunkers. Would you have that poster up in your house?
Yeah, probably. Probably. Antonio Daniels got me at a full court, full time.
Oh, over at
Babcock.
Full court, half court America.
Home court America.
Home court America. That's
he got me. I was, I don't know why I decided to run with him and Antonio. But shout out to Antonio, because Antonio was one of the few guys that were pros that would just show up to a random gym and then really run with you
and really embarrass you.
But I'm a fan of the guy that jumps. I respect the guys that jump, knowing that there's a good chance you're going to be on the poster. I have no time for the guys that walk away.
I'll take it one deep.
I'm a fan of guys that don't mind getting dunked on. Go for the block. Be a man.
First of all, I tell my kids, if you haven't been dunked on, you haven't been playing defense. At some point, if you are committed to my defensive style, you are going to get yammed on because you're going to meet at the rim. You ain't going to let anything happen easy.
Or you ain't been playing against anyone.
Well, I mean, there's that. Yeah, but at some point, there's no humiliation in getting thrown on unless it's because you just didn't play any good defense.
I've seen guys, you see the guy about to take off and they just like, just back off. Who was that? Who did Dr. J make turn around when he rocked the baby? Was that Coop?
It was Coop.
It was Coop. Coop was like, nah,
not going to be in your
you're
poster.
not putting me on that poster. But he ended up on the poster anyway, running away.
Okay, would you prefer being yammed on or having your ankles cracked about 20 feet away?
Dunked on.
Yes.
I'm not falling down. I don't think I've ever been made fall down. I got a few body bags. I've dropped some cats. I'm not that good, but I've dropped a few cats, but I've never been dropped.
I've never been dropped, though. I have been stunned.
Oh, yeah, I've been stunned.
I look like I need a standing 8 count.
I've been stunned.
I didn't quite know where I was, but never hit the floor.
Oh, yeah, I've been shook, but I've never been dropped.
There's no better feeling in the world.
Oh, yeah. You got to make the shot, though.
Especially for a guy that wasn't never capable of dunking in a game. But to crack an ankle, to leave somebody kind of standing still, that is the greatest feeling in the world.
You ever been dunked on, Carl?
Aaron Williams, he played safety for the Bills. He went to my high school as well, McNeil.
He got you?
Yeah, it was an alley-oop. I decided to try and break it up, and I could kind of get
to the rim.
So
you were like this, Carl?
No, I could kind of get to the rim, and I got my fingertips on it, but he had like his entire hands and elbows near the rim. So, yeah, he ended up getting the catch and still going up on me.
Did he scream? Did he scream at you?
A little bit. Actually, it might have been a miss, but I just remember getting like elevated on, and it's just a different feeling when there is somebody who can really get up over you. Because I was also kind of tall and could jump at the time.
There's nothing wrong with it. There's no shame getting done. No, I respect guys that know. Like, who was it? Who did DeAndre Jordan was that? Brandon Knight. DeAndre Jordan's coming down the middle and I respected Brandon for jumping.
Well,
I respect that.
Sometimes it's worthy of respect. Others, you're like, what are you doing, man? Understand the reality of the life you're in and get the hell out of the way. I don't know how we got there, but that's worthy. Move it on.
That's the 411 and a 210.
Myles Garrett sacking all the quarterbacks in his graveyard. That's how we got.
And then we ended up getting sacked at the rim. Fall cash contest is moving along. That keyword's coming along awfully quick. You're going to get one every hour. Make sure you're going there. When we come back, college football, there have been 42 teams in the top 25. We have an undefeated battle in the SEC. Kentucky, a surprise, taking on Georgia. Texas is facing another team that'll wear orange. I wonder which one will win there. We'll certainly look forward to Barry Barger joining us at 9 as we look at the lines. Let's talk some college football when we get back here on San Antonio's Sports Star. You're on ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Oh, my good people over at Carzus. We want to help y'all get some money in your pockets. I want to talk to you about their new referral program. In this program, you don't even have to, if you know of a family member or a friend that's trying to get rid of a car and had a headache, direct them to carzeus.com/referral. Let your friends know about Carzus, and when they sell their car to Carzus, Carzus is going to reward you and your friend with a $250 Amazon e-gift card. That's a $500 value. So you're both going to get $250 each, and nobody loves getting stuff from Amazon. Everybody loves getting stuff from Amazon. So wouldn't it be nice to get rewarded just for telling your friends about Carzus? Or you can just go to carzus.com, make you an appointment, and they're going to bring you in, and that's going to be your hour. You are the priority. Your car is the priority. Getting you a check in hand is the priority. Not going to come in there like old school at the barbershop and have 5-6 heads in front of you. You make an appointment, that is your time, that is your block, and they're going to get you in and out most of the time within under an hour. Now, if you owe a little bit of money on your car, don't panic. 60% of their sales come from people that owe a little bit of money on their car. So that's not an issue at all. So go to carzus.com. If you're, technologically advanced, unlike me, upload some pictures, let them know about the condition of your car, and a local agent will shoot you an offer within business hours. And then it's up to you whether you want to take it or not. No hassle, no long waits, things like that. It's all about convenience. So go to carzus.com. That's carzeus.com.
Sports Center is brought to you by Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. Available at HEB.
The stakes get a bit higher tonight for the Houston Astros as they start the American League Championship Series in Houston against the Red Sox. First pitch is at 7:07 with a pitching matchup of Framber Valdez and Chris Sale. Texas Longhorn head coach Steve Sarkisian told the media yesterday that he believes wide receiver Jordan Whittington will miss the remainder of the regular season with a broken clavicle. but did not rule out a bowl game comeback. And UTSA Roadrunners quarterback Frank Harris won this week's Manning Award following his performance completing 28 of 38 passes for a career best 349 yards and a school record 6 passing touchdowns. The Roadrunners host the Rice Owls tomorrow night at 5 for their homecoming game. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Carl Schoening.
R&R in the morning, sitting with Jason Thompson. A lawyerforus.com is his website. 210-900-0400. 210-900-0400. Jason Thompson. I'm curious. I was in a car accident, but I wasn't the driver. I was just a passenger. Do I need a lawyer too?
I think anytime you are injured in an automobile collision, whether you were the driver, a passenger, the guy in the back seat, know this, that when insurance is involved, every insurance company I have ever heard of has a staff of lawyers on staff right now. As soon as that collision happens, whoever caused it is represented by an attorney. And if you think you're going to alone beat an insurance company's team of lawyers, you're sadly mistaken. The first thing you do is call me.
Jason Thompson, a lawyerforus.com, 210-900-0400. 210-900-0400, a lawyerforus.com.
Jason Minix here for Garageization. You've heard me tell you about their shelving, overhead racks, and storage systems to make your garage functional for the entire family. If you have issues with your garage, call 210-664-4494. Have them come out and give you a free consultation. Garageization couldn't be a better choice. A veteran family-owned and operated business for more than a decade. Give them a call at 210-664-4494 or go to the website garageorganizationsanantonio.com.
Your source to local news and sports in San Antonio begins with the San Antonio Express News. We've collected, written, and shown the stories that matter most to San Antonio. Look no further than the San Antonio Express News to continue to provide information and strength to the community. Whether it's on the field or on a court, we provide the ground local coverage. Go to expressnews.com for the most up-to-date high school and college sports coverage. Subscribe today at expressnews.com. When you need an electrician, Hill Electric is available 24/7 for residential and commercial needs. If you're having to rework your office, let Hill Electric design your socially distanced space to ensure each workstation has the proper electrical needs. For over 35 years, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio. There is never a service charge and always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or go to hill-electric.com.
Hi, welcome to Smoky Mo's.
At Smoky Mo's Barbecue, we smoke our meats fresh, in-house, each and every day. We think it makes all the difference in the quality of our moist, flavorful brisket and turkey, and the mouth-watering tenderness of our ribs and pork loin. Got a crowd? We've got group packs and full-service catering. Up early? We've got made-to-order breakfast tacos. Find your store at SmokyMo'sBarbecue.com and come see us for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Smoky Mo's Barbecue. The pit is lit.
Get Macy's lowest prices of the season on furniture, mattresses, and rug specials. Kick back on a Lily fabric sofa for $579. Sit down to the new Aberdeen 5-piece dining set, now $1,049. And stretch out on the Canyon Queen bed, just $339. Plus, get 50 to 60% off select Simmons and Sealy mattresses. Going on now at Macy's. Savings off sale and clearance prices, exclusions apply.
Since being the first to make wiper blades over a century ago, Trico has protected drivers in any weather. We're always looking ahead, studying your specific driving conditions so you'll be ready for anything. Like, if it actually rains cats and dogs, you can handle every soggy Siamese and drenched Doberman. Your Trico wipers maintain maximum windshield contact for safe, clear driving visibility, whatever the weather. Trico, the future of wipers since 1917. Visit TricoCatsAndDogs.com.
It's one ball, two hoops, and a whole lot of action. Get the latest NBA preseason news, opinions, and analysis on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
R&R in the morning. You're on San Antonio Sports Star. You know how you know that? You get to hear Rudy J Monday through Friday. Get to hear Carl. Get to hear me. I'm Rob Thompson.
Is there?
Boy, I needed a weekend, man. How far away is happy hour?
Ooh. But for me,
how's your
about
week?
an hour and a half.
I'm curious. How's everybody's week been? Has it felt long? Felt short?
This week kind of dragged a bit.
It dragged a little.
It didn't it?
Yeah.
Why? I wonder.
I don't know.
But it certainly feels like it's been a long one.
Bit. It felt, it did, but it's all good.
Never worry.
I've learned you can blame Mercury. It's in Renegade or something.
It's retrograde.
Retrograde. There
Mercury
you go.
is in your retrograde. And if you've ever had anything stuck in your retrograde, go get it taken out.
What's a retrograde?
What?
It's astrology talk. Apparently,
I don't
sometimes
know what it is.
sometimes Mercury does something to people. I don't know.
It has to do with lunar pool and neap tides.
But Mercury, you talking about the Mercury that's in fish?
No, the planet.
The planet.
It goes in. It goes into
you should
retrograde.
have seen how Carl looked at me like, did this
Come on,
just ask me about?
Did you say
Mercury?
fish?
I thought
no,
Mercury...
it's a fair point. I didn't think that way. If I just threw that out and you had no idea what I was referencing.
We're using
but
a K, not a C. We're using a C, not a K. What's your sign?
Cancer.
You're a Cancer?
Go Cancer.
We get along with everybody.
Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know, right? I'm a Cancer. We
Carl,
get along
you
with
just
everybody.
had yours, so you're
I'm Cancer as
you're
well.
a Cancer. Oh, both of y'all.
What are you?
I'm a Virgo.
Oh,
what does that
right.
say? What does that say about me?
No idea.
I like beans in my chili.
Y'all don't mind being alone. You're not going to entertain anything that you're not into.
So far, so good.
That sounds like me as well.
Yeah, I think you're defining some of my better qualities, actually.
Yeah, small circle.
Yeah.
What
if you marry a Virgo? See, I married one.
I did too. That's why I know. Why do you think I know everything about y'all?
Do you know what you are on the Asian calendar?
No, I don't.
But it's more about the year you were born, right?
Yeah, it's a year. I don't know it. I haven't looked into it. I would think that he has.
I think I'm a monkey.
I don't know. I used to go to a place that had it on their placemats, and I knew it then.
Was it Hung Fung, by the way? I think it might have been Hung Fung.
I know. There are places that do it. I know that I've been to a few. So, that's the only time I really notice. And I feel like those are just kind of broad, general things so you can interpret it however you desire.
I actually went to one of the restaurants where you actually sit on the floor. And I
can't do that. Man.
I can't sit Indian style. Like I had to
my
literally
feet go to sleep.
Yeah.
Like, this is
Food
not
was
working
excellent.
out for anybody.
It was cool experience. I had to take my shoes. Yeah, take your shoes off and sit on the floor.
And when I've had to do that, it puts my internal organs in a direction that I can't hold the gas. Is there something about sitting that?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
No,
because if you're down there and you got to getting up, it's coming. It's coming out.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. It's about the angle of my body.
It pushes everything down.
I'm not the best dinner companion sometimes. I can't.
I feel you. I can't sit Indian style. I don't know if it's my gut or just I'm not flexible.
There is that. I do have to deal with the gut side. Let's talk football, shall we?
What about it? What are we talking about?
We have kind of a surprising matchup here in college football.
Okay, I'm listening.
And I've been making fun of them all week, but Kentucky, the Wildcats, they're undefeated, sit 11th in the country.
Respect. You ain't giving them any respect at all. This is going back to last week.
They're going between the hedges and taking on those Georgia Bulldogs. Yeah. And now there's a Stoops brother involved with Kentucky. Mark is over there now. And every couple of years, Kentucky puts together a pretty decent football team. But it always is. I can tell you the game plan, and it's kind of like what A&M has done in the past too. Where you kind of load up on some easier conference wins, where you go, "Oh well, you're undefeated in the SEC." Well, who exactly have they beaten the SEC?
Florida
is now. Respect must be given.
I said it,
but not that much respect as we get the 30,000-foot view. But Kentucky is undefeated. They're heading in to take on Georgia.
Go ahead.
And for this shouldn't be difficult, but Kentucky and Stoops, they might actually have something that'll be 3:30 or 2:30 here on Saturday.
Did they get the CBS game because both are undefeated?
It appears. I think so. It has to be.
Okay.
I'm reading. The reason I had to question is I'm coming off of the info that the ESPN types send to all the affiliates every day. It's like it's all the stats and news and everything that all of the talk radio types use. And because it's an ESPN thing, they only delineate whether it's being shown on ABC or ESPN for the TV games. But I have to assume
when I look at Georgia, Kentucky with no TV thing on there. But you will get to see on ABC Saturday night OU and TCU.
TCU. Don't you're going to say that TCU has a shot?
No,
right? Okay.
They might. I mean, Patterson's a good enough coach, and there's enough speed there where they have a puncher's chance. But let's be realistic. The real question there is what's going to happen at the quarterback, because we've seen what Lincoln Riley did this week. He was evidently found a student with the student newspaper spying on practice to try to figure out who the starting quarterback is. So
he must have a pretty good camera phone, or did he just say he saw it?
I don't know. I can just picture some student in a ghillie suit.
But props to that kid, man. He's trying to get his
get the
trying
scoop.
to get his points up.
But who do you expect to see at quarterback?
Williams.
Yeah.
I expect to see the freshman.
And
I expect Spencer Rattler to never give anyone any high fives and sit on the bench and mope.
But did you know that Rattler got pulled in last year's OU Texas game?
Yeah,
too?
I remember.
So I mean, Lincoln has a history
of
going back. In fact, he went back to him after he pulled him for the 2-point conversion play. So
what if he just starts going dual? Because remember, when he brought Williams in, the first play they ran was an RPO type play, and Williams takes it to the crib. Maybe he starts using Williams in running like using him like the kid from New Orleans, Taysom Hill. Maybe Williams takes on a Taysom Hill role and everybody's happy.
What's your belief in this? What's your the old axiom is if you've got 2 quarterbacks, you don't even have one. Yeah. So what's your belief in this?
My belief is just not making everyone happy, but just doing what makes the team better. And Williams brings in a dynamic and an element to the team that makes them better. So you need to find ways to get him on the field. Now, I don't know if he's the passer that Spencer is, but the team definitely responds to him, and he brings an element to the team that helps. So I think in this situation, playing 2 guys can work.
We're probably going to see this happen more and more often, where a Trey Lance, who's the super athlete, is drafted and there's packages for him while he develops as a passer. And you hope he eventually becomes the starter. But you know that also means you have a different weapon that doesn't have too much tape, that you can create 2-point conversions when you need to pick up a 4th down sort of playoff reps.
It sounds so basic and so simple. Like, yeah, that makes sense to me. Why don't you play to the characteristics you got? You got a guy who can run, let him run. You got a guy who can throw, bring him in, let him throw. But that has not been the paradigm. That is not what the coaches have been before. You had to be in control of everything or you got nothing. You started the game, and the only reason anybody else came in for you at quarterback is because you got hurt you sucked.
I think a lot of coaches, it's kind of like blackjack, and you're sitting on third base. And anybody that plays blackjack and you sit in that last seat before the dealer, either you staying on 15, you know what I mean,
right,
with 5 showing, or you hitting on 15, 5 showing. But once you start going back and forth, you start losing. You know what I mean? And I think some coaches are like, look, this is my guy. And if I start going back and forth, then I start second guessing myself. And then this guy comes in and fumbles, or that guy comes in, throws an interception. You just kind of roll with dance with the girl you brought.
UCF, the original national champion little school.
Who they got?
Cincinnati. Cincinnati sits at 3. Are we rooting for Cincinnati to win out and get there? Or are we rooting for Cincinnati to finally lose so the true top 4 teams in the country will be represented?
I'm rooting for them because I think either way we get to see what it is. Like if they get in the 4, and again, they're 3 in the AP. The CFP may be different. The CFP may be like, Cincinnati's undefeated. They're not better than Alabama. Move over. But if they do get in, either one, they win and we're like, you know what? Maybe we've been disrespectful to the non-Power 5s. Or if they get their asses handed to them, then we're like, you see, this is why we never had these people in. So I think either way, we need to find out. So I have no problem with Cincy being at number 3, and I'm pulling for them to be undefeated.
Well, chaos has certainly reigned in college football. Last Saturday when Alabama went down, they were the 40th ranked team to lose this season, moving 2021 past 2007 as with the most ranked teams to lose through 6 weeks in the AP poll history. That's the most through 7 weeks. Well, the most through 7 weeks, is 47.
Wow.
42 different teams have been ranked this season, the most through the first 7 weeks in AP poll all time. What a ridiculous, crazy year. And the argument is this is going to foster the 12 team because there's going to be at least 3 teams that feel very, very deserving and probably are that won't get in.
And before we get out of here, Rob, Kentucky scheduled Louisiana, Monroe, Missouri, Chattanooga, South Carolina, Florida, and LSU.
Not a lot of chicken on that bone.
It's a small piece of chicken.
It's coming, Kentucky. I hope you enjoyed the first half of your season.
So rude.
The second half is about to. Don't worry, basketball's around the corner, man. And you got a hell of a team
they
coming
got a
in.
hell of a class.
So they win when people are paying attention, and when basketball starts in a couple of weeks, then everybody's going to the gym anyway, and Kentucky can finish out the season as they typically do, playing somewhere in Louisiana in early December for a bowl game. Hey, coming back. Question for you.
What we got?
Kyrie's about to give up a possible $200 million. What would you do?
Oh, this is going to be fun. With $200 million?
Well, to get the $200 million.
Oh, what would
and
I
then
do?
What would be your first purchase with that? And if you won the $200 million, would you put it on betus.com? Barry Barger will join us just after 9, and we'll talk about where you might need to put your money at betus.com. Hang around here. We're having some fun now. It's R&R in the morning, and this is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Score $1,000 now. Enter the winning keyword, fall, FALL, fall at sasportstar.com. Good luck from San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Texas Cheer Liquor, your one-stop shop for beer, liquor, wine, and cigars. Follow them on Facebook to keep up with specials and tastings. 4 locations, 2 on Petranco, 1 past 211, 1 in 90 in Montgomery, and the all-new Texas Cheer Liquor next to Walmart Palo Alto Road, Suite 101.
It's that time of year again, and all eyes are now turning to football as teams are back on the gridiron. BetOnline.net is your #1 spot for all the pro and college football odds and news this season. Get all the updated info on players, teams, and odds to help you with your new football contests, leagues, and new survivor pools. BetOnline.net is the fastest and easiest way to check in on all your favorite sports. Pro sports, MMA, championship boxing, golf, horse racing, they have it all. Bring the game home with BetOnline.net, where the game starts.
Golfers, it's time to tee it up at Edwin Watts Golf Shops with Mizuno irons and wedges. The JPX 921 Hot Metal Pro, Tour, and Forged irons offer Mizuno's fastest ball speeds ever. And the new T22 wedges feature 4 different sole grinds for varying techniques and conditions. Come in and get custom fit today. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, and shop online at worldwidegolfshops.com.
This is Rob Thompson for BetUS.com. My sportsbook, it should be your sportsbook. You ask why? Well, BetUS has been America's favorite sportsbook for over 25 years. You need a sportsbook with integrity and longevity. You need to know that you're going to get paid, and that is BetUS.com. You also need a sportsbook that has everything you want to lay money on: live betting, MMA, golf, and everything else, including all those great prop bets. The number you need is 1-800-79-BET-US. Call them and say KZDC and get 200% in bonuses. That's KZDC. BetUS, where the game begins.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Hey, it's Rob with my good buddy Jack Overman from Service First AC Repair and Plumbing. Hey, Jack, when someone calls you for plumbing or an AC repair, can you fix it that day?
No sweat. With Service First AC Repair and Plumbing, we don't sweat the small stuff or the big stuff.
210 no sweat.
Happy Hour is back at Twin Peaks. Monday through Friday from 2 to 7 p.m. Score sweet deals like $1 off all wine, liquor, cheap shots, and freezing cold 29-degree draft brews. With select apps available for $2, $4, and $6. Twin Peaks Happy Hour is the move.
Gentlemen, now you can find the best brands and fits for you without even trying. Just follow these easy instructions. Step 1, shop a personalized store that does all the work for you by customizing a selection for your taste and body. Step 2, level up your closet with the best brands and fits with little to no effort. Not trying has never looked so good. Introducing Stitch Fix Freestyle, your personalized store. We're so you.
Progressive Motorcycle presents Road Wisdom from the Motorhome. You grab life with both hands, and you grab your bike with both hands. Therefore, bike is life. Figuratively speaking. Progressive Motorcycle also presents Roadside Assistance. Progressive Motorcycle, for those who were born to ride. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Get your share of $20K 12 times a day. It's the Big Score. Listen each hour weekdays between 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. for the winning word. When you hear it, enter it at sasportstar.com. You could win $1,000. Complete rules at sasportstar.com. ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Hey, it's Greeny, and I've only got 10 seconds, so here's my plug. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
R&R in the morning. He's Rudy. I'm Rob. That's Carl. Barry Barger from BetUS.com is in the bullpen. He's coming off 36 straight hours of playing the lines. I don't know what he's doing, but he seems to be having more fun than we are when we talk to him every week. He'll be here in just a couple minutes, and this is just kind of a behind-the-scenes thing. Now, we tell you to come and watch us live wherever you might be. It's worthy of a watch coming up as Barry joins us. He looks a little like Ric Flair.
A little bit.
Got a little bit of a Ric Flair.
And that's a compliment. Anything compared to Ric Flair is a compliment. We all love Ric.
He is an idol. But Barry, and respect, man. The advice has been good.
He's been on point.
He has been on point. He led me to take A&M at home and get those points. SEC teams don't lose by 18 at home. He was mostly right, though. He didn't see the win coming.
He may rob some money. Let him help y'all make some money.
Seriously, listen to what he has to say.
Speaking of money,
you had $200 million. First of all, what would you do to get it? And then what would be the first thing you would do when you had it?
What would I do to get it? I'm thinking the quickest way to $200 million in today's...
Would you commit a crime?
In today's society, the quickest way to $200 million is a scam. Then followed by commercial real estate. Then another scam. Maybe a few kilos here and there. But first off, I had $200 million. You take care of Mom Dukes first, right?
You buy a house?
You get Mom squared. Absolutely. I mean, you get Mom Duke squared away. You get mother-in-law squared away, and then you go into hiding.
My question is,
I'm going into hiding.
You come into mass amount of money, and obviously there is a list of people, family, friends that you want to take care of.
Yes.
Do you just give them an outright in front, this is the money, and I want you to benefit from them. This is a one-time, don't ever come back to me kind of gift. Or do you just kind of become the day-to-day?
Do you give them like
an allowance?
You give them allowance. Okay.
Or do you go,
here's
your money up front, don't ever come back.
For your small circle, they get a lump sum and you tell them don't come back. Now, for your friends, it's all come to me with the business plan. I'm not giving you money because I'm going to be giving you money the rest of your life. We can get some money together. Like you come to me with a business plan, you got a nice business, I'll put into it and we can make some money together, but I'm not giving you money. I'm not giving you no money. Like that's not going to happen because you're going to blow through it. And then the next thing you know, you're going to be looking at me with the sad face. So no, come to me with a plan and we can get some money together and we can have 20, 30 businesses together. But for my small circle, like close family, blood, they get a lump sum.
Where do I stand? Where would I be on this one? Would I be first
we're going to start doing the show from home.
Okay. Would I be an upfront kind of a guy, or would I be an allowance kind of a guy?
I mean, yeah, man, you
I just want to plan appropriately.
You came to me at a good time. You got me out of you good.
Okay.
But good. $200 million, you're still doing the morning show?
Oh yeah.
At least go to
Well, it's not quite as early.
We're still doing. I'm still doing radio. Because now it's even more fun.
That's fair. Actually,
but I'll be doing it from someplace you don't know where I am.
Yeah, we're gonna do it more fun.
I'll be doing it from my newly purchased lair.
We're gonna have like background. We're gonna laser shows. We're gonna get billboards. I'm gonna buy some billboards. Us three. I'll throw Jason a couple. Jason, here you go, man. Put Jason on a couple billboards. Then we're gonna blow up the star because now. That's still you need is when you got 200 million, you want to maintain that lifestyle. You need as many streams as possible. I'm not cutting off a stream of revenue.
There you go. I'd be broadcasting from my newly purchased lair. I'd have like a Bond villain place.
I might go off to Bali and
you don't know where I am.
Where $7,000 is like a millionaire over there. So
is it? Is
so
that
with
the
$200 million, I could probably just buy this, the country.
Damn, Carl's going to buy a country. You know, I would look into an island.
Now I just rent the island, let them clean up.
You know what? You're right.
I'm cleaning up.
I say all that, man. I get 12 cars. No,
but would you take a vaccine for all of this? Oh my goodness, Kyrie. My goodness.
You see, the thing is, it's an easy decision for him because he's already touched some paper. Like, let's say he had never gotten. Let's say he's in a situation where he's coming up to his first big deal.
Mm-hmm.
He's coming up on his first big deal. This is not a debate. He's gonna be moaning and groaning, but he takes it. But Cleveland, he made 100 something. Boston, he made another 100. He's made a 40, 50 with Brooklyn. It's easy to be like, it ain't about the money, baby. That's what he said on the line. He said, it ain't about the money, baby. Because he done touched some paper. But if this was his first $200 million contract coming up, he'd have been jabbed up.
Oh, he's got a payroll to meet. He's still got a payroll to meet. I assure you.
Yeah.
His accountant going to be calling him soon. You know, there's a lot more red here than there used to be. You need to have a little black on the other side of the ledger. We'll talk about that. Barry Barger is coming around the corner. Let's get you money. Let's get you money the right way. Hold on tight. We'll do it next. You're on R&R in the morning. This is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. I want to talk to you very quickly about your air conditioning and your plumbing. What are you going to do when your air conditioning breaks? It's just a matter of time. You better have 210 No Sweat in your phone. That dials Service First AC and Plumbing. That's what I've got. They're heading out to my mama's house today to take care of a leaky pipe. Only reason I would send somebody to my mom's house is they have earned my trust. And let them earn your trust. They're my guy in the business. They should be yours. They've been helping San Antonians for over 14 years. Every call they treat as an emergency. That's 24/7, 365. They know that call means an emergency and they'll treat it as such. They will arrive with fully stocked trucks. They will take care of your house like they take care of theirs. They're cleanly, they're knowledgeable, they're proactive, and absolutely trusted. What else do you need in a plumbing and air conditioning company? Well, I'll tell you what. How about a discount? You dial 210 No Sweat. They will come out to your home, give you a nice little check through to make sure everything is working, and you'll get it half price on that service call. I'm telling you, it behooves you. That's a good word. As we get into these winter months, make sure your heater's in good shape. Let them check the pilot light. Make sure the carbon monoxide issues are not going to be as scary as they can be. Make sure they're taken care of. Service First AC and Plumbing. The number you need is 210 No Sweat. Put it in your phone. That's 210 No Sweat. ServiceFirstACTX.com is their website. 210 No Sweat is their phone number. Service First AC and Plumbing. When you call them, you're going to thank them for being out there prompt and cleanly and knowledgeable, and then you're going to thank me later.
Do you have what it takes to rock the mic?
Hey, this is RJ Ochoa.
Hi, this is Carolina Teague.
Hey, San Antonio, it's Thomas Mott.
Slacker Sports Bar presents Rock the Mic. Now is the time to submit your 1 minute or less sports take video clip at sasportstar.com. From there, we narrow down to the top 12 finalists with 4 rounds of live in-person auditions. Who will be the 2021 Rock the Mic champ? It could be you. Rock the Mic presented by Slacker Sports Bar and in part by Beam Suntory.
Any supplier can drop a box outside your door. But if you want a partner who delivers great customer service too, rely on Cintas. Your dedicated service reps can deliver what you need to help your business run smoothly. From essential cleaning products to hygienically cleaned apparel, fire protection services to first aid and safety supplies. That service you can't get from a box.
Oh, I'm ready!
Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
New school, new job, new home. Change is hard and can leave you feeling isolated. And divorce delivers one of life's hardest blows. The relationships you counted on are suddenly gone. But you don't have to walk through this alone. For more than 30 years, Cordell & Cordell has guided men through the challenges of divorce. You're not alone. Call Cordell & Cordell.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's San Antonio area attorneys. Offices in San Antonio, Austin, and St. Louis. CordellCordell.com.
You love Zoom for video meetings? Now, choose Zoom to power your phone communications too. Zoom Phone works seamlessly within the Zoom app as your business phone system. Zoom Phone's secure HD audio and enterprise-grade reliability keep you connected to your teams and your customers. And it's easy to use on mobile, desktop, or desk phone. Empower your workforce with Zoom Phone. Zoom, how the world connects.
R&R in the morning, sitting with Jason Thompson. A lawyerforus.com is his website. 210-900-0400. 210-900-0400. Jason Thompson. I'm curious. I was in a car accident, but I wasn't the driver. I was just a passenger. Do I need a lawyer too?
I think anytime you are injured in an automobile collision, whether you were the driver, a passenger, the guy in the back seat, know this, that when insurance is involved, every insurance company I have ever heard of has a staff of lawyers on staff right now. As soon as that collision happens, whoever caused it is represented by an attorney. And if you think you're going to alone beat an insurance company's team of lawyers, you're sadly mistaken. The first thing you do is call me.
Jason Thompson, a lawyerforus.com, 210-900-0400. 210-900-0400, a lawyerforus.com.
At Shell, we know from the time you get up to the time you wrap up,
Good night.
there's a lot of meetups, eat-ups, and hurry-ups. So come to Shell and get 3 things done at once. Fill up with Shell V-Power Nitro Plus to help keep your engine running like new. Save up with the Fuel Rewards program and never pay full price for gas again. And snack up with in-store rewards to save even more at the pump. Make the most of the stop you need to make with Shell. And engines that continuously use Shell V-Power Nitro Plus premium gasoline. See full terms and conditions at fuelrewards.com.
5G is here, but the big carriers want you to sign a pricey long-term contract to get in on the action. Well, no more, because Straight Talk Wireless has rolled out 5G coverage nationwide, with plans starting at just $35 a month with no contract. And get a Samsung Galaxy A32 5G for only $299, all on America's best networks. 5G coverage, 5G phones, less money. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required, actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
Did you know the arrow in Amazon's logo represents A to Z? Maybe the My Computer Career logo should represent unemployed to employed. Ryan was out of work when he started classes in March. In September, he started his IT career, working for Amazon, making more money than he ever thought possible. Here's a prime opportunity. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. You could start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Fansville, a college football utopia. Fansville, where the lakes are stocked with ice-cold Dr. Pepper, and the autumn winds rustle with the sweet smell of football glory. And Dr. Pepper. It's a land flowing with onion dip, where even the food pyramid is shaped like a hot dog. Where every yard gained is a yard worth celebrating, and every celebration is beyond excessive. With ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Return to glory this season with Fansville by Dr. Pepper. Grab some today.
Live, local, loud. KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Glad you're with us here on R&R in the morning. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Well, I had a good weekend last week in no small measure due to Barry Barger. My man with the plan, he with BetUS.com. I'd like to welcome on the show. Barry, how's your week been? I'm glad you're here. Woo!
NFL.
Barry, what's the best thing you did this week?
Out there in Vegas. What is
Best
the
thing
yeah?
I did
Yeah.
is of anything.
Of any man, you're in Vegas. Looked like everybody had a good week. Had a big fight last weekend there. We know how the city gets electric. What's the best thing you did this week?
Well, I'm in Costa Rica.
Costa. I'm sorry, you're in Costa. But what's the best thing you did? Look at if you go to our screen and you can tell, you will see him live and you'll see the wilds of Costa behind him.
Even better,
Barry.
Right, but in Costa Rica, it's great here. Actually, it's rainy season, but it's usually sunny most of the day.
Yeah.
It's like May to December. It's kind of rainy season here.
Yeah.
But I tell everybody, just come down here anytime because you still getting great sun in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
You golf. There's so much to do. Guy trip, girl trip,
trip
party, marriage. I mean, there's tons to do. Yeah, I mean, you got to come for at least a week when you come.
I'm all about it. It is the new hot destination. Barry Barger with BetUS.com joining us. So last week, as we went into it, I entered my week. I was wrapping a parlay, and I like to play teams that I know. I feel more comfortable with that. And I was very concerned about A&M and an 18-point line. That by the time kickoff got there, we got to 19. But you said, "Hey, man, this is SEC football. You're not going to give up 18 points at home." And you were certainly right there. And boy, they went and got it. Is there anything sitting around this week that you saw and said, you know what, this does not make a lot of sense to me as we try to keep our hot streak rolling?
Well, I didn't predict the money line on that one.
No, but
I got it.
Who did?
No.
But yeah, so that's I mean, you could bet that Alabama after a loss, that's usually a pretty, it's pretty solid to go with Saban because he's, you know, like in these interviews, he was saying, you know, I teach these guys, you know this feeling right now, you don't want this feeling anymore, this losing feeling. It's so remember that and don't feel it again. I mean, they don't feel it much in Alabama, right? True. I mean, that losing feeling.
Well, we're sitting at the same line, man. 18. I'm looking at it right now. BetUS.com. You comfortable with that one? You think it might move a day or two? And if you did, would you buy a point or two?
I'm comfortable laying 17.5, 18. I mean, I think this is a 3 touchdown. I wouldn't lay over 21, but boy, I'd love to get 16.5.
Yep.
It'd be great to get under that 17 number, but I think he's going to pour it on. Whatever he can do to really hammer them. I think that, you know, this is something where you go off of what happened last week. You know, a lot of times you get a letdown on a big upset like A&M. I mean,
right.
Not a letdown this week. But with Bama, they want to press up the points every week now
right.
because they want to get in the playoffs. And so what he does is just he will hammer the crap out of anybody who's playing if he can. He will lay it down. So it's not even a question in that game for me. I
got you.
I don't know. I would just for sure not bet Mississippi State. Either stay away or bet Alabama.
Yeah. Barry, with your team up there in Vegas, I know you're not there now. Coaching change, distraction week. In your experience, does it affect the line at all? Does the line change? But when stuff like this happens, how does that work?
Here's the weird thing on this one. Now, usually, coaches, when you change coaches, it's usually because they got fired, and you'll get a bump up in performance and the way the team plays and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, I'm going the other way because it's more of a distraction. You know, now they got to talk about this stuff all week, and all the players find out all this, you know, all these things they didn't know, all those emails. And as much as obviously a lot of them, you know, they love John Gruden. You know, like I've been with him a long time, a lot of those guys.
Right.
But it's, you know, it's just tearing them because it's like, wow, he's like this, and so I like Denver.
Really?
I really do. I just can't go with the Raiders just because of the situation. And like I said, this is a little different. Usually you're going with the coach bump because you know, when you get a new coach, the team's fired up. This is a whole different situation. So I went the other way early in the week and got -3. I think it's 3.5 now.
I like Denver.
Yeah. So I just think it's just too much. You know, that's a lot. That's a lot to take in. And then all the players, you know, of course the press, that's all they want to ask about.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't talk about the game. It's like, yeah, man, you know, it is what it is. Let's try to prepare for a game. But those guys are looking for headlines and, you know, a little clickbait and whatever. So,
yeah,
they're going to press that up as much as they can.
Barry Barger joining us here on San Antonio Sports Star. 1-800-BET-US is the number you need if you have not already started. Don't forget, Make the call. You get up to 200% in bonuses on your first deposit, and lots of money to be had this weekend. How do you play baseball, Barry?
Well, pitchers. Usually during the season, pitchers, because that's where you can make money, but you're laying a lot more. But if you stick with certain pitchers, that are going to win 80% of their games.
Wow.
You're going to win. Now, in this situation, it's game by game. That last night game was weird. The ending. Did you guys see that?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did. That
check swing,
which was a check swing. That he did not swing.
He didn't come
bad.
around.
That was a bad call.
Oh, you think so?
That wasn't even a chicken wing.
Yeah, that was a bad call.
Oh man, but so I think the Dodgers. I mean, for them to have to go through the wild card game and they had 106 wins. Unfortunately, they're in a division with San Francisco at 107 wins, so they had to go a longer route. But I don't. They're a really good team, and I think that people are underrating them just a hair. I mean, I think they're favorites, but still, it's hard for me to go against the Dodgers in all of this. And the Braves look really good too. And Houston's actually, after all that debacle stuff, really have a good team.
Absolutely.
Really played well.
He is Barry Barger with BetUS.com. We do this every Friday to kind of help you move along, get you some money in your pocket. As we come into a weekend like this, and you brought up Nick Saban in college football, we're starting to get the separation, the teams that truly believe they've got an opportunity and might be dealing with a loss or two. When you see the teams like Ohio State, and now we'll put Alabama in there, those one-loss teams that might be on the edge, do you start looking at the over with these teams? Do you start thinking, well, Ohio State's going to have to put a lot of points up just to stay relevant? And you feel like Alabama, like we just mentioned, is going to have to hang a fair amount. So do you look for those middling teams to start playing the overline?
Great point.
Good point. And just like I was referring to earlier, so these are teams, they're trying to get that, because a lot of these teams are going to be like, those teams inside or outside so close. So they're going to try to hammer all these teams, just like I talked about Alabama. I think Saban would just hammer them anyway, but they're really going to try now because he is not happy right now. And I can guarantee his players aren't either because they are getting the wrath right now. So yeah, I'll tend to play like really high lines. I'll tend to play those more in situations like this. Usually 28.5 and stuff's hard to play.
Yeah.
Minus, but when you're looking at situations like this, they have a reason to run that up.
Right.
So that takes out backdoor cover in a lot of situations because the coach is going to be on that team to play to the end. Backdoor covers just drive me nuts. When the defense lays down, it's like, oh, we're up 2 touchdowns. Who cares?
Like Philly-Tampa last night. Philly-Tampa last night. I was like, wow, that's brutal.
Exactly.
That is brutal.
Oh, my gosh. And luckily, I was on the right side. So when they were going for 2, and I'm like, no, go for 1. I'll take the push. I'll go out of here with a push. No problem. That's 7. And they made it. And I still thought, Brady, I'm just going to lose this. But they were able to run down the clock, obviously, if you guys watched the end.
Yes.
Down at the 2-yard line or whatever. If you bet Tampa, you're probably not too happy.
You know what? I almost jumped on that yesterday. I felt like 7 might have been skinny, and I was wrong. He is Barry Barger, who's most often right. He joins us every Friday, BetUS.com. If you haven't signed up, chase those 200% bonuses. It's so easy to do. 1-800-79-BET-US. You do the talking, they do the typing. You'll be playing tonight. Barry, we appreciate your time today, man. Enjoy your weekend in beautiful Costa Rica, and we'll talk to you next Friday.
You bet. And I'd say one more thing. So the Cardinals are plus 3.5. They're at Cleveland. They're undefeated. I like that. I'm tempted to even bet the money lines plus 155 on that. So there's a game I'm looking at.
Even with the COVID, even with the 3 COVID players out, Barry, you rolling with the Cards?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Take
I am just, and it's Baker Mayfield's a great quarterback. It's just the those end situations, sometimes he hasn't been able to close out, and he hasn't hooked up with OBJ yet. So he needs to get that fired up, and then Cleveland can move on. They need to get that connection going with Beckham.
Okay.
Go get yourself a steak dinner. There you go. Barry,
Appreciate
take care of
it, Barry.
yourself, man. We appreciate you. We'll talk to you next Friday.
Fantastic. Thanks, guys. Always a pleasure.
All right, my man.
Do you get the feeling he's living a better life than we are? Do you get the feeling this guy's having a little bit more fun than I am?
No feeling. It's real. First of all, you can feel how big the room is that he's in.
Yeah.
Like that's not no little closet room. That has 20-foot ceilings. He's somewhere. I mean, we know he's in Costa Rica, but he's not just like it's just some little old. He's at a flat. You hear me?
I don't know if he answered the question of what the most fun thing he did this week.
I don't think he wanted to tell us.
Costa Rica. That was it. He was in Costa Rica.
Just
Man, listen.
Take the Costa Rican-ness to it.
And you know what? Let me tell y'all something, okay, about these guys. As I've being in radio, you dealt with a lot of them. They don't give out plays like that.
No, that 3.5. He's
you know what I mean? Like
one.
a lot of people don't like a lot of these, the betting companies. So go to BetUS and sign up just off of that alone. Now, I don't, it's whatever to me. I don't care what you do, but go over there because most of the time these guys are like, I ain't giving no free plays.
Because you might move the line.
Because we're trying to get off the phone.
Right.
And he's like, yo, so he's trying to put money in your pocket. And most of these guys don't do that at these companies. They just don't do it. And he's been doing a couple a week. May Rob buying Tri-County off of it.
I'm telling you, go get a steak dinner. He has led me the right way, although this is an exhibition and a competition. Do what you need to do. But I'll tell you what, I appreciate Barry's advice. And let's get you caught up on all the headlines that you will require when you show up to work with those beautiful tacos. Carl's got them. Let's hear them. It's time for the 411 and the 210.
Here's the 411 in the 210. Headline 2.
Deontay Wilder changes his tunes and thanks Tyson Fury after the loss. Wilder finally showing respect to Tyson Fury. The Bronze Bomber broke his silence after the incredible heavyweight matchup on Saturday, thanking and congratulating the Gypsy King on his win. Of course, Wilder sang a different tune right after the fight, telling Tyson, I don't respect you, and refused to shake his hands moment after the knockout.
He needed to decompress. Like when it just like think about that, Carl. You and I, we get to rumbling in the studio. I've really put a hurting on you. And I'm like, hey, Carl, come here, man. You ain't gonna want to talk to me right away, right?
I don't respect you.
You know what I'm saying? But now by Wednesday, you'd be like, hey, Rudy, we shot the fair one, man. Good. Hey, it was all good, man. Love you, brother. Or it might be the other way around. You kick mine, I ain't gonna want to talk to you right afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a pretty big dude, Carl. You might get me. So you might get me. So I might right after the fight, no. But by Thursday, I'm like, hey, bro, we shot the fair one.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he needed some decompress. And it was personal. They talked about each other's moms. They talked about a lot of things. They got personal. He didn't want to talk to him right after the fight.
Oh, they're talking rematch. You got to make nice for a little bit.
No, I don't want to see part 4, Rob.
I'm just saying, Wilder got to make money somewhere. And the biggest payday Wilder's got coming is if Fury will deem it worthy at some point to fight him. No, we ain't going to see number 4.
No,
I don't think Wilder wants any of it anyway.
No, I don't think so either. He said, he did say, my family's good now. Now I just got to find someone to fight to keep it going.
Anthony Joshua's always eager to get knocked out. He's going to knock Joshua out if you'd like. Maybe Ruiz is around as well.
Yeah.
Moving along. I love fighting these.
Headline 1.
LeAngelo Ball set to play for the Charlotte Hornets G League team. The Hornets signed LeAngelo to a non-guaranteed contract Thursday, paving the way for him to eventually sign with their Greensboro Swarm of the G League. It's called an Exhibit 10 contract. Everybody does it.
That's what Marcus Keene just got, right? Not Marcus Keene. Yeah, kid from Marshall out of Colgate.
Burns.
Jordan Burns just signed an Exhibit 10 with the Spurs, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Now, LeAngelo, I remember the Spurs looked at him pretty closely a couple years back. He's got some skill. We saw him in the summer.
He can shoot it. He's the best shooter of the 3.
But he's a tweener. He's not too. He's too big for what he wants to do, and too small for what he needs to do.
Too big for 1.
But
he's the best shooter of the Ball family.
Respect to him, man. It's tough being the ugly sister.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, and then there's LeAngelo. He's trying.
Yeah, Melo got his own shoe.
Melo's gonna be an all-star. Not this year, next.
Not getting beat by 50 by Dallas. He's not.
Yeah, that was not pretty. But
that's pretty cool to be on the team with your brother. Like, they'll call him up from wherever here and there.
I mean,
pretty cool.
Little paycheck, why not? I wonder if he's going to wear his brother's shoes.
You better. What kind of hater would you be to not
I
wear
don't
your
know, man.
brother's
I always
shoes?
thought I've never been in that position.
Stuff.
But if I was getting even if I wore LeBron's, if I was getting ready to play against LeBron, I wouldn't wear them.
If it's your brother?
Well, no, I'm just saying in general. I think.
Oh no,
you know what I mean?
Can't stand
like
when
you're
guys
playing
wear,
against the guy and you're wearing his shoes.
I don't like that.
I'd have to change at least that day.
That day, I'm not wearing your shoe. No way. Not if you're still current player. No, sir.
That would be kind of odd.
Absolutely not.
Moving along.
Good luck, Jello.
Yeah, get some.
A foot injury to keep the New Orleans Pelicans star Zion Williamson sidelined for the start of the season. We heard about this surgery on his broken foot, his right foot. Pelicans Vice President of David Griffin said on Thursday that it'll keep him out for the start of the regular season. Williamson received scans on Wednesday, and after reviewing the scans with his doctors, they were very encouraged to the healing of the bone. However, there's no fixed timeline for him to come back.
Is it the foot or is he out of shape?
His foot broke, and you can guess why it may be it broke.
But let me tell you this, though. When you have an injury that prevents you from working out, unless you just have great eating habits, you're gonna get out of shape, right? That's just not me picking on Zion. That's for most again, you got Tom Brady's, you got your LeBrons of the world that just eat, sleep, and breathe it. They're machines, they're robots. Like, no, chicken breast, kale, asparagus. You know what I mean? If you're not in that mindset and you have a foot injury, you're gonna gain weight, and he's gained a lot of weight. From the media pictures, he's put on some pounds.
Yeah, he's neglected his cardio with this broken foot.
I'll tell you,
sprinting.
This isn't going to end well for New Orleans.
He's ready to get out of there, right?
He's leaving. He might need to leave. It just, I mean, for him to come in and to look the way he looks. I mean, we can make, he was hurt. Dude, you can get on a bike. You could eat a salad. You know what? I mean, he doesn't want to be there.
Rob, he is a kid. He don't know how to eat yet. That's on the organization.
Yes.
That's on the organization. He's a kid. He doesn't know how.
I think they probably have tried, but I think he's, instead of adopting the James Harden fat suit mentality, he's just going to give it. We know your problem, man. You're carrying too much weight. That's why you're always hurt. And for him to show up with a problem that was caused by the weight, too much weight on him, that just
when
is
did
a
he
great
have this
concern.
foot surgery?
It
seemed like months ago. Like, why is it not healed?
Well, he did wait a little late. I mean, we found out about this, I believe, in late July, early August.
I'm trying to figure out when he had this surgery.
So
you're supposed to do that right when the season, and not like they were in the playoffs.
I had such high hopes.
I still do,
man. I don't know.
Zion, and not only that, like when he's out there, he dominates the paint at 6'6".
The things he can do with the ball. He's their point guard. They're going to use him at point.
Yeah, he dominates the game when he's on point.
He's a mini Shaq. He's kind of a Shaq and a Charles Barkley crossover.
When he turns his shour, he's clearing out 3 feet of space.
It's like guarding a rhino, guarding a rhinoceros. When he wants to go someplace, he's going. Yeah. And nothing you can do to stop him. Love some Zion, man, but I want
on the China shop.
On the court, 30 pounds lighter. That's what we need to see.
Agreed.
Moving on.
That's the 411 and a 210.
Quick tease, Rudy and I are going to jump on on KTSA today from 11 to 1. This is the last day of the Raul Jimenez Thanksgiving Radiothon. We want your money. We want your money. Yeah, we want your money. This is what San Antonians do. It's time to step in line and help out the Jimenez group. We're serving folks this year. Thanksgiving is going to be a little weird again. There won't be anybody gathering, but we got to get all the food out. We need your money to do it. This is what we do. You know it's coming. This isn't anything new here, San Antonio. In about an hour and a half, Rudy and I'll be over on KTSA. Just roll on over there to 55 on the AM, 107.1 on the FM, and just open up your wallet because we are going to get some cash to take care of San Antonians. That's what we do. When we come back, we want to talk with Sean Rima as we head into the weekend. I've got some Dune movie passes. Don't forget, WWE is coming December the 3rd to the beautiful AT&T Center. Go to WWE.com for your tickets. Hold on tight. More is coming your direction here on R&R in the Morning. This is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Have you got your stock up for the weekend? It's Friday. It's almost Friday night, and it's 5 o'clock somewhere. So that means it's time for you to get over to Texas Cheer Liquor. They got 4 locations for you: 2 on Petranco, 1 past 211, Highway 90 in Montgomery, and the new one off Palo Alto in the Patron Plaza next to Walmart. Beer, wine, liquor, cigars. Beer, wine, liquor, cigars. What more do you need? Get over to Texas Cheer Liquor before Sunday. Get stocked up. Get ready for Saturday football. Get ready for Sunday football. Be ready, man. Get yourself some stuff, man. You know, go over there, and if you don't want to go in there, go online. They will deliver to you. And they do curbside. If you're still not comfortable being around people, which is totally understandable. That's why they're trying to make everything convenient for you. TexasCheerLiquor.com is the website. Or you can download the Texas Cheer Liquor app. Browse, see what they got. They don't have what you got, they'll order it for you. This weekend, I think I'm going with the Impress Gin. I haven't had in a while. I've looked up some other recipes. I don't know. Is it called a recipe if it's a drink? I don't know if it's called is it called a recipe? Yeah, I've looked up some different, cocktails that I can make with the Impress Gin, and that's what I'm going with this weekend. It's in a blue bottle. I'm not even a gin person, but the Impress Gin is impressive. No pun intended. So that's what I'm getting at Texas Cheer Liquor this weekend. Along with maybe a couple other things, and maybe grab a cigar too. That's TexasCheerLiquor.com or the Texas Cheer Liquor app.
Sports Center is brought to you by Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. Available at HEB.
The stakes get a bit higher tonight for the Houston Astros as they start the American League Championship Series in Houston against the Red Sox. First pitch is at 7:07 with a pitching matchup of Framber Valdez and Chris Sale. Texas Longhorn head coach Steve Sarkisian told the media yesterday that he believes wide receiver Jordan Whittington will miss the remainder of the regular season with a broken clavicle, but did not rule out a bowl game comeback. And UTSA Roadrunners quarterback Frank Harris won this week's Manning Award following his performance completing 28 of 38 passes for a career-best 349 yards and a school record 6 passing touchdowns. The Roadrunners host the Rice Owls tomorrow night at 5 for their homecoming game. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Carl Schoening.
Hi, welcome to Smoky Moe's.
At Smoky Moe's Barbecue, we smoke our meats fresh, in-house, each and every day. We think it makes all the difference in the quality of our moist, flavorful brisket and turkey, and the mouth-watering tenderness of our ribs and pork loin. Got a crowd? We've got group packs and full-service catering. Up early? We've got made-to-order breakfast tacos. Find your store at SmokyMoe'sBarbecue.com and come see us for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Smoky Moe's Barbecue. The pit is lit. Working from home, you realize you don't have enough outlets or USB ports. Hill Electric can fix that for you. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. From adding an outlet, fixing that fuse that always blows, or that flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price, and there is never a service charge and always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or go to hill-electric.com.
Jason Minix here for Alamo Water Softeners. Whether your home is a new build or an older home, Alamo Water Softeners has a water treatment bundle with special pricing to give your home the highest quality water treatment available. Choose from several bundles, including the Premier Whole Home Bundle. Get a free standard gas or electric water heater when you purchase a select top-of-the-line water softener, plus 1 filter and reverse osmosis system. Go to AlamoWaterSofteners.com. That's AlamoWaterSofteners.com.
How's your cell phone coverage? How's your cell phone bill? You know, a lot of big carriers overcharge you for unlimited data. They brag about coverage, but that's only if you live in the city. This is Greg Akagi. I've been an agriculture director for over 20 years, and I know what people outside the city need. Pure Talk. Pure Talk gives you great 5G coverage for about half of what Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile charge you. The average family saves over $800 a year. You can keep your number and keep your phone, or save on the latest iPhones and Androids. Unlimited talk, text, and 6 gigs of data is just $30 a month. Or if you want unlimited data, you can still save a fortune. With their U.S.-based customer service, I believe in the way Pure Talk treats their customers. Plus, they have a 30-day risk-free guarantee, so you literally have nothing to lose. From your cell phone, dial #250 and say half off, and you'll save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 and say half off.
1911 Cigars is the premier cigar lounge in South Texas, providing quality, affordable cigars in a professional, inviting environment with a large covered patio with TVs. A BYOB establishment, 1911 Cigars strives to allow the avid cigar connoisseur a comfortable place to relax, socialize, network, and of course enjoy a great cigar. 1911 Cigars is available for private events and has private cabanas with TVs, fire pits, and heaters. 1911 Cigars at 207 South Main Street in Cibolo. Online at 1911cigars.com.
This is Jerry Jones, and you're listening to the home of the Dallas Cowboys.
San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Ladies out there that listen, if you hug me, you have to hug my wife.
Speaking of people I want to hug.
I'm sorry, Coach. Sorry, Coach.
Sorry about that. Welcome on the show. He is Mike McCarthy, head football coach of your Dallas Cowboys, brought to you every week by AA Best Bail Bonds. Coach, welcome aboard. How's your morning going?
It's going well.
Well, you know.
Hey, Jay, how you doing today?
I'm good, Coach. What's going on?
Well, I'm just sitting there getting ready to rock and roll with them. I mean, this is the best way to start your day, with some big red tacos and hanging out with you two guys.
There we go. Breakfast with R&R in the morning. I understand from Jonathan he was going to switch things up this morning. He was going to bring some burritos, kind of stretch his culinary flair. How's it look?
I haven't seen them yet. I heard they've arrived.
Well, he was excited to bring them to you, Coach.
Just told me they're here. So
well, we're glad you got them. Let's dive into the Fast and Furious Friday. That is the Friday before a big game. When you play the Patriots, you're getting on the road, getting away from home a little bit, and you're going against the legend that is Belichick. Certainly, the coaching comparisons and the competition are going to be underlying there. When you go against a team like New England and a coach like Belichick, how much do you focus on them, and then how much do you balance that with focusing on yourself? The old Sun Tzu thing about knowing yourself as well as your enemy.
Yeah, it's excuse me. It's something that you really focus on each and every week, and your weeks kind of go through the same process where you're early in the week you're focusing on the personnel, and then Wednesday and Thursday you're really focusing on the scheme, the situations that you're going to encounter, and then when you get to Friday, you kind of circle around, and then you really dive into exactly what you're going to do. So that's a normal timeline for how we operate, how we game plan. So that is no different this week.
When you look at the tape and you see your own particular tells, your foibles, your giveaways, do you begin to use that in the grand chess game against a coach that will pick the scab, that will find the same weakness that you're looking at for yourself? Do you plan ahead for that?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's part of the game of football. That's our job as coaches, and I feel like our players, compared to last year, are doing a tremendous job taking advantage of the video resources that we've made available, and particularly on the South Scott. And I think it's all part of the normal growing stages of an NFL player. I mean, you focus so much time on technique and scheme and things you need to do, but the most important video is of yourself, and that's something that I've preached since I arrived here, and I feel like our players are doing a great job focusing on that.
Coach, what can you tell us about Tyron Smith? Is he going to be okay? Is there anything that you can't give us?
No, I think we're going to be fine there. We'll see how he feels when he comes in today, but it was not of high concern, but it was something definitely we had to. We have to make sure we stay on top of.
Coach, what is in those little first down pylon thingy majiggies, and what's in it that can make
that hurt Zeke?
That hurt Zeke. What's going on? And do you like the the idea of the first down camera? Like, what's your take on it, and what's inside of that thing?
I mean, I like the fact that they're utilizing technology to better enhance ball placement spots and all that. But I mean, it's definitely something that needs to be talked about, because having the opportunity to stand over Zeke, we're lucky we didn't lose Zeke here. I mean, it's
right.
That could have been a freak injury that we'd all be kicking ourselves over. So, but yeah, it's not as light as it looks. I'll just tell you that.
Crazy looking scenario, man. And what do you do? Is there a complaint form that you have to fill out for the NFL that you have to fill up in triplicate and make sure they get it to the right booth to look at something like that? Because obviously, if it can happen once, it'll happen again.
Well, I mean, there's a process that goes on, everything that goes on the field on game days. There's football operations.
That's Coach saying, I don't know. That's Coach saying somebody else filed a complaint. I don't know how to get it done.
I'm going to let someone else, take care of that, but it's something definitely that we're looking at, I can promise you.
Coach Mike McCarthy joining us here on San Antonio Sports Star. He does so every week. He's brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. Coach, the cavalcade of young quarterbacks continues this week. You've gotten a chance to see a variety of different styles, but all good. Talk about the quality of quarterback in the NFL right now. It just seems like the youth is being served, and every week you're getting a different skill set, but all above what I think we are accustomed to seeing for young quarterbacks. And talk about Mac Jones in that.
Yeah, I mean, it's, I think it's something that goes on, particularly in waves, more years than others. I think Mac is clearly probably the most accomplished coming out of college. I had a chance to watch him, Alabama versus Notre Dame in the Rose Bowl, and he has excellent command of the offense, and I think today's quarterback, particularly in the space game, and throwing the ball and all the other things that you see more of in college, are coming in prepared, and he looks like he's handling the multiple defensive challenges that have been thrown at him so far. So I admire the young guys that are coming in and have to play in their first year, because I mean, if you ever play with a rookie quarterback, it's difficult. It's a challenge not only for the quarterback and the offense, but it's also a challenge for the whole football team. And this team here in New England, they're built the right way, defense, special teams, and the quarterback's doing a really good job, with their style of offense.
Coach, do you guys, as head coaches, assistant coaches, do you roll your eyes when the media or fans call it a trap game? Do coaches even say that term, trap game, or is it just every game you go out and prepare? Is that just a media thing?
I've seen it. I've been in rooms where it's been talked about. I don't really believe in that. I think if you think that way, that you're really opening yourself up for those, that type of situation. I mean, this league is so difficult to win each and every week, regardless of who you're playing, and the health and the matchups that go into each game, and the amount of preparation that goes into each game. You have to look at every one of these games, especially on the road. I mean, road games this is a difficult place to play, let alone win games. So, I mean, those are the things that I always focus on.
Is there anything peculiar about the stadium itself that when you go to New England, that this is what we need to expect? We know the fans are going to be nuts, but that's a lot of places. Is there anything like on the field, wind conditions, that that when you walk into that stadium, expect this, be ready for this?
Oh, definitely. I mean, you have a game plan on the. That's part of your final preparation, and I'll go through that Sunday night with the team. Exactly what the weather, the wind. We talk about the surface, and you talk about all those things, all those types of things each and every week.
What's peculiar about your home field? Is it the sun in the third?
Home field?
Is it? Yeah. What do you know about your home field that other teams need to be aware of? Is it the sun in the third quarter? That kind of stuff.
What are you working for the Patriots?
No, exactly. I'm curious because one of the things, Coach,
put that out there. No, there's no sun issues at AT&T.
Not at all. No, that's why we leave the curtains open.
Even ask that question.
Get him, Coach.
Because, Coach, I'll tell you the theme over the last week or so, Coach. The theme about your leadership with the Cowboys has been the remarkable resurgence of self-scouting, of knowing who you are and understanding how you fit into the scheme of how you're going to beat teams. And I think that was woefully missing in the past. And with the addressing of what we're doing now, it really feels like we know ourselves better than you could possibly know us. And because we know that, we can figure things out about you. And one of that is about your home field stuff and your approach to that. So forgive me for trying to draw some things out, but I do think that there's been a focus on things that, quite frankly, have not been that important in the past.
Well, I appreciate the intent of energy, but we don't want to talk about these things on the radio.
Yeah,
we can get together and have some Big Red and talk.
That's all we're doing right now, Coach.
Coach, Amari Cooper. Hey, Coach, Amari Cooper said the SB word, last week. When we start having a season like this, you start thinking about Super Bowl. As with you, I know before the season started, you said, look, we're not trying to win, a game or two here, trying to win a playoff game. The goal is Super Bowl. So is it taboo? Like some people, you just go, game by game. Is that encouraged in your locker room to, hey, you know what, let's talk about it. Let's speak it into existence when we're talking about, winning a championship.
Well, what we encourage is real confidence in the reality of what it takes to reach that ultimate goal. I mean, I always felt, and shared this with the team, you answer those questions honestly. We've made it clear what our goals are at the beginning of training camp, but it's a long road. It's a long ways away, and you don't want to take your focus off of that, because you literally want to pour everything you do in each and every week. I don't think it's necessary to talk about it right now, because we've already talked about it. We all understand, and we clearly accept the challenge of it, and I love the commitment of our players. Our vibe, we've been talking about how good our vibe's been since the spring, and we need to continue to build that and grow, and because we understand what we're all in this for, but at the end of the day, we have to beat New England, because that's all that matters.
Well, first of all, when you say the word vibe, that is what I got in Oxnard. Again, that was my first training camp, so I didn't have anything to compare it to, but I felt it. So I know what you meant by the spring. Coach, I don't know if you know, but now that y'all are playing so well, I don't know if you know how this Cowboy fan base is. I'm in the heart of Cowboy country. You can't tell a Cowboy fan that y'all aren't the best team in the NFL. I'm sitting across from one that feels like y'all are the best team in the NFL. You got these people out here going crazy, and it's only week 6.
How do you manage that?
I love that, and I'll tell you what, I can't say enough about what our fans have done at AT&T Stadium. My goodness, these last 3 weeks have been remarkable.
Mm-hmm.
Just the juice and the energy and the home field advantage that we have, and frankly, we're looking forward to a lot of Cowboy fans up in New England. So this is an incredible opportunity, and just love the way our fan base is bringing all this great energy.
Y'all gonna have fans in New England?
Are you kidding?
I don't know about that.
Are you kidding? Cowboy Nation travels. Come on, Rudy.
I don't know about that.
Travels. Hell, I knew that when I worked on the other side.
We've been making those Pittsburgh types mad for years. That's Coach Mike McCarthy, head coach of your Dallas Cowboys. Before we let you go, I've been trying to find this someplace, and I heard you talking about it a couple weeks ago. There's you have 6 abiding principles. Is that an appropriate statement? And what are they?
Building blocks. Yeah, I think I've given you enough on the self-stop.
Well, I got a deadline, Coach.
You're taking all the good circuit speeches from my assistant coaches. We got to. These guys are going to all benefit from.
Coach, that is what we call a forward tease. Next Friday, Coach Mike McCarthy will reveal the abiding principles of being.
Answer on my part, but I appreciate you covering for me.
Thank you, Coach.
Hey, gentlemen, it's a bye week next week. We give Coach bye weeks off here.
That's right. He will have bye week off. So you'll have 2 weeks to prepare, Coach. Just a little self-study and preparation for the next meeting. Coach, it's always a pleasure sitting down with you. You're always so open and honest, and we appreciate that from you. Head coach of Mike McCarthy of your Dallas Cowboys. Heading up to New England. Good luck this weekend, Coach. We bid you good health, good travels, and we'll talk to you in a couple of weeks.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Have a good weekend.
Go get some tacos, Coach. Tacos are for champions. That's head coach Mike McCarthy of your Dallas Cowboys. Coach going to go grab some tacos. He joined us earlier today, about 6:45. You want to hear it live, you got to jump on R&R a little earlier on Friday mornings. I'd like to thank Rudy J for jumping in and saving me from almost forcing Coach to divulge some company secrets. He just does not want to. He knows.
That's why he's not, there's these guys going to give you the game plan. Belichick might be listening. Mike Zimmer might be listening. They're not going to give you, ain't going to give you too much.
We've all been to the stadium. We know the sun's going to be coming through about 3:45.
Right.
If you're facing east on that Jerry World, you run into the sun. That's one of those home field advantage type things. Hey, let's give away some tickets real quick.
Let's do it.
Dune It's the movie that's coming out next week. We have a whole theater reserved Tuesday the 19th at 7 o'clock at the Palladium, the beautiful Palladium at 1604 and I-10. We got a screen set aside for you to watch Dune. You want to go? The Kielbasa Bacon phone lines are 656-377-6656-ESPN. We're going to mail you those tickets, so be prepared to give you an address. Be caller number 5 to 656-3776-656-ESPN. Kielbasa Bacon's phone line. That's your portal to Dune. We'll be going Tuesday night. I'll be there with you. When we come back, we're going to put a bow on the show, reflect on what Coach McCarthy had to say, and look forward to a full sporting day. Hold on tight. It's R&R in the morning, and you're on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Wouldn't it be nice to get rewarded for telling your friends about Car Zeus? Well, that time has come, everyone. Let your friends know about Car Zeus, and when they sell their car to Car Zeus, they'll reward you and your friend $250 in Amazon e-gift cards. That's $500 value. To get started, go to carzeus.com/referral. That's carzeus.com/referral. Hey, know you've been trying to sell your car. Rudy J's been letting everybody know about Car Zeus. Go to carzeus.com/referral. Get us both some money. It pays to gossip sometimes. Carzeus.com is not a dealership. You know, it's not the 4-hour wait thing. You go in there, go on to carzeus.com, upload some pictures, let them know about the condition of the car, get you in and out of there now with the check in hand. If you like the deal, if you don't like the deal, there's no worries. They're not going to be harassing you, calling you, emailing you, doing all that sort of thing. It's going to let you know what it is. Now, if you do turn down the offer, you got 5 days or 500 miles, and that offer may change. It may go down, it may not. Owner, let me know. Most times it stays the same. But just so you know, after 500 miles or 5 days, that offer could change. So go on there, make an appointment. They will get you in and out in an hour. That's their time. And if you still owe a little bit of money on your car, don't worry about it. They'll cut you 2 checks. They'll cut you a check to who you owe and a check to you for the difference. So go check them out. That's carzeus.com. That's carzeus.com.
Score $1,000 now. Enter the winning keyword, Cowboys, Cowboys, Cowboys at sasportstar.com. Good luck from San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
R&R in the morning, sitting with Jason Thompson. A lawyerforus.com is his website. 210-900-0400. 210-900-0400. Jason Thompson. I'm curious. I was in a car accident, but I wasn't the driver. I was just a passenger. Do I need a lawyer too?
I think anytime you are injured in an automobile collision, whether you were the driver, a passenger, the guy in the back seat, know this, that when insurance is involved, every insurance company I have ever heard of has a staff of lawyers on staff right now. As soon as that collision happens, whoever caused it is represented by an attorney. And if you think you're going to alone beat an insurance company's team of lawyers, you're sadly mistaken. The first thing you do is call me.
Jason Thompson, a lawyerforus.com, 210-900-0400. 210-900-0400, a lawyerforus.com.
You can talk keto all you want, but if you don't have a team of great tasting snacks behind you, you're not going to win the diet marathon. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds have these big, bold flavors that kick your taste buds into high gear. Korean kimchi barbecue, pasilla chili cheese, spicy dill, and more. Eat them right out of the bag or try them in your favorite recipes. You'll love this snack. Visit your local HEB and southernrecipesmallbatch.com to see the power of the rinds.
Southern Recipe pork rinds.
This is Rob Thompson for BetUS.com. My sportsbook, it should be your sportsbook. You ask why? Well, BetUS has been America's favorite sportsbook for over 25 years. You need a sportsbook with integrity and longevity. You need to know that you're going to get paid, and that is BetUS.com. You also need a sportsbook that has everything you want to lay money on: live betting, MMA, golf, and everything else, including all those great prop bets. The number you need is 1-800-79-BET-US. Call them and say KZDC and get 200% in bonuses. That's KZDC. BetUS, where the game begins.
Central Builders Incorporated is a family-owned, award-winning general contractor headquartered in San Antonio. Since 1989, CBI has completed over $1 billion in construction projects, including large-scale remodeling, expansions, and ground-up construction. The award-winning CBI has also been recognized by the San Antonio Business Journal as one of the best places to work for the past 4 years, and Central Builders is hiring. Learn more at centralbuilders.net. That's centralbuilders.net.
A 17-week season. And only one couch. Let's hope it holds up. The Cowboys are back. The explosive action happens here. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
This is Carl Schoening on your home for Cowboys football, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
R&R in the morning. We've come to the end of a good week. It's been a long week.
Yeah. We still got a little bit of work to do. We got to go raise some money. We ain't out the woods yet. Got a little bit more work to do.
So we'll let you guys get back to your grind. We're going to take about an hour and then come and join us on our grind. We're going to be over on KTSA 55 on the AM side, 107.1 on the FM side. We're doing the Lord's work today. Raul Jimenez, we know what they do. The Jimenez Foundation cooking Thanksgiving dinner for so many people in San Antonio that need it. San Antonians have stepped up for many, many years to take care of those that have needed a little bit of extra help, and that has not waned. In fact, we need more of it. So in about an hour, I'm going to give you some time to go find your wallet, go loosen up those purse strings, call your banker, say there's going to be a little ACH withdrawal coming. We need your money. I'm not going to beat around the bush. We need your money.
No reason to lie about it.
And it's a worthy cause, of course. We all know what Raul Jimenez and the great group down there that have been taking care of San Antonians for so long. So the Raul Jimenez Radiothon is going on right now on KTSA. We're going to go over and jump on there about 11 o'clock. Before we go, though, we started a poll earlier in the show. We started talking about fall weather. It's going to be here tomorrow, we've been told. And when fall comes, there's chilly weather is what I like to think of it. I'm thinking I might do my first pot of chili coming up on Sunday for the Cowboy game at 3:30. And we started talking about beans or no beans, the ongoing and never-ending argument. Where do we stand? Who was it? Last I saw, beans were in the lead.
The beans ended up winning as beans, chili with beans with 67% of the vote out of 45 votes. So, yeah.
Interesting. I would have thought it would have gone the other way. Normally, because I am a bean proponent, I like beans, although I certainly understand those that say that doesn't belong because that's not chili. You're right. I will, by the definition, what I make ain't chili. But what I like is with beans. I like black beans. I like pinto beans. I like them mixed together.
Okay. 67%. That's a whitewash.
How hot do you like your chili? Do you like it to clear your sinuses?
I love spice. I love spice. Everything. I love spicy. So it can't be hot enough. I mean, I like comfortable spice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like where it's like, oh, that's spicy, but I don't like the atomic dog.
I got you.
I would like to cry.
You like it that hot?
Yes.
You like the ghost pepper kind of?
Get my eyes running at least, please.
See, I don't like that. That comes to the point where it's like, okay, can you taste the food? Are you enjoying the food? Or now you're just tasting all spice.
So I think it does come down to personal tolerance,
for sure.
Because if you can tolerate it, you enjoy the spice and you do taste the food. But if you hit that spectrum that the spice is killing you, then you're probably going to not taste the food.
A word to the wise for those newly initiated into making chili: cumin is the key. Your cumin gives you that back end heat, that back of the tongue.
Oh, yeah.
That little steam coming out of your ears and your nose, and that chili flavor. That's where the cumin comes. Remember that when you're standing over your grill or over your chili pot this weekend. Whatever you do, take care of each other. Rudy and I are going to go practice.
Laters,
We're going to self-evaluate. We're going to look at the film. And on Monday, we're going to be back in championship form. We hope you are too. We'll see you then.
Do you have what it takes to rock the mic?
Hey, this is RJ Ochoa.
Hi, this is Carolina Teague.
Hey, San Antonio, it's Thomas Mott.
Slacker Sports Bar presents Rock the